It's time for high school sports on the NCW Life Channel. Today's broadcast of high school sports on the NCW Life Channel is presented by Harvest Valley Pest Control, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, Global Car Care, Confluence Health, Les Schwab Tires, Biosports Physical Therapy, Impact Auto Sales, the Highlander Golf Course and Grill, Town Toyota, Automocha, JDSA Law, and Weinstein Beverage. Now let's go live for all the action of tonight's coverage of high school sports on your home for local sports, the NCW Life Channel.
The Lee-Bofto Field at the Apple Bowl. Along with Grant Olson, I'm Eric Grandstrom here on the NCW Life Channel. Are you ready for some football? We are tonight as the Big Nine season starts for Wenatchee and Eisenhower. I know, it seems like it's been forever. Grant, what are we expecting here tonight? We've got some injured bodies for the Wenatchee Panthers. Eisenhower comes in with kind of a new look at quarterback. What are you looking for tonight?
Well, for one thing, we know for sure, Eric, they're not playing Mount Boucherie tonight. They're playing a Big Nine opponent that's going to be pretty darn tough. And Ike, a pair of players that have been fantastic for them this year. But as you mentioned, you'll talk about that in a second. But a big injury to the Panthers on Tuesday. Their starting tight end, of course, heading to, what am I trying to say here? Harvard yes. On a full ride scholarship. Hyperextended his knee in practice on Tuesday. He will not be playing tonight. And that's a big hit. Not only catching the ball, he's extremely talented, but blocking on that offensive line as well.
Absolutely. So we expect that we're going to see a lot of Nate Blauman here this evening and a lot of Camden Sermon. Camden Sermon so far this season, hope I'm not jinxing him here, has not thrown an interception, has not made the mistakes to put his team in jeopardy. You love that as a head coach.
He has just been so much smarter this year in his quarterback play, Eric. He picks his spots. He throws the ball away if he needs to. He doesn't hold on to it too long, and he's just been a smarter quarterback this year.
Meanwhile, for the Ike Cadets, they come in with kind of a mixed match. They took a running back who was supposed to be their head guy last year, broke his hand, missed the season. Now he's their quarterback. He'll throw the ball around, and they also like to run the ball as well. Going to be kind of an interesting setup for the defense for Wenatchee tonight.
Well, I think it's a dynamic deal. You just mentioned it for Ike. Jordan Corbray and Malachi Spurrier, the wide receiver, hooked up for 5 touchdown passes in their last game, 300 yards, and they were the duo, and that's the duo the Panthers have to worry about tonight.
We got a good one for you. We've got the coach coming up. Also a player, Andy Jimenez, will join us on the pregame show as we continue at the Apple Bowl. It is Wenatchee and Eisenhower coming your way next on the NCW Life Channel. You ready for football?
My name is Brian Thorpe. I own Global Car Care in Wenatchee and have been here for about 25 years.
Brian started Global Car Care as Brian's automotive alternative on Orondo Street.
Some customers were following Brian since Brian's automotive time.
No, we're just grateful to be part of this community. This is where I grew up. We want to do our part to be a valuable part of this community. We want to thank you for trusting our business for 25 years.
At Harvest Valley Pest Control, we know you are committed to making your home and business a healthy and pest-free place. Hi, I'm David. Give us a call and we'll give you a firm price over the phone and schedule a time that works for you. We will do an in-depth 30-point healthy home or business inspection and craft a customized plan of action designed specifically for your pest issue. Give us a call or visit our website today.
Our pregame show continues here on the NCW Life Channel, talking with Scott Devereaux, head coach of Wenatchee. First of all, let's talk about last week. I mean, 61-0 blowout, quick second half, I think, thankfully, for everybody involved. What do you get out of that?
Yeah, you don't get a lot, honestly. You know, we came out of the game healthy, so we're happy about that. Yeah. And we just broke down the film and focused on some issues of improvement. There's always something you can work on. You know, they got a sack on the first series. And so
penalties again too.
We had some penalties. We had some 15-yarders that we don't like because our guys were coming in there hard and borderline hits to the head, and you just can't play that way anymore, you know. And that's something we talk about in practice all the time. But I think our guys were excited because, you know, we were playing a lot faster and stronger than they were, so guys were flying around the field a little too much.
a much different opponent coming up tonight with Eisenhower coming in. Kind of some factors you don't know about. It looks like they took a running back from last year, made him a quarterback this year. What are you expecting?
You know, he's a good little athlete. He reminds me of Doug Flutie.
Yeah.
He's 5'6" and 160 pounds maybe, but he runs really well. He's got a great receiver he throws to. He's leading the league in catches and touchdowns. I think he has 8 of the team's 10 touchdowns. They have a big running back who runs hard between the tackles. They changed their defense up from last year. I think they're playing more aggressive on defense. So they're a much improved team. They got a couple losses where they turned the ball over quite a bit. We hope that continues. But I think, you know, if we take care of business, this is a game that we should win.
Now, coming up when we talk to the player coming up next here on the pregame show, we're going to talk with one of your defensive line guys. Talk about those guys up front. You're able to mix some guys in. You got to be pretty happy with what they're doing so far.
Yeah, I am. You know, Chase has been a starter since his sophomore year. Now his brother's in playing opposite of him. It's great. Riley Coons can come in and play anywhere on the defensive line because he's strong. Alex Dorton and Andy in there inside. You know, we have 3 seniors playing. Sim Cass is one of our strongest kids. He gives us great reps when we need him. So it's nice to see those guys doing what they do. They play fast. They play hard, you know, and they make more than one guy block them. So that's nice. Our linebackers really like that.
Short week this week because of officiating. You had to move this up to Thursday night. What does that do for you as far as prep and practice?
I don't like it. I don't like it. Yeah. Puts a lot of stress on me, a lot of late nights. You know, I think we handled it well. We knew it was coming, so you know, we actually kind of started against the Ike front last week, knowing Mount Boucherie kind of runs an odd front too. So we started working on their front, at least for offensive line. It just moves everything up, you know. So our film on Monday was really short, and we spent more time on the field. Yesterday was a long day. Today was pretty short, really. Trying to keep the legs fresh, not missing a day of recovery. So we're going to go in now, and before we have team dinner, we're going to do a big, long team stretch, and hopefully we're ready to roll.
Does that change things for a Friday? You got a Friday night off, which is strange. Do you go watch somebody else, or do you just?
I'm gonna. I think a bunch of us are going to go watch Eastmont and West Valley of Spokane. Sure. So fun to watch a game on a Friday. We're going to we'll film and lift Friday and go watch some football, and then Monday get back into our normal routine.
Gotcha. Well, best of luck tonight. Keep everybody healthy again. Yeah. We'll talk to you afterwards.
Thank you.
All right. Well, that's Scott Devereaux joining us here on the pregame show. We'll come back and talk to one of his players that he chose for us, Andy Jimenez. Will come up next here on the pregame show on the NCW Life channel. Highlander Golf Course is proud to announce their 2 new state-of-the-art full-swing golf simulators with over 80 courses of virtual golf to choose from year-round. Or try their Laser Shot simulated firearm program, or gaming with football, basketball, and much more. Enjoy Highlander food and drink service from their full-service bar and grill in the comfort of their simulator room. Call the Highlander Pro Shop to book your time at 884-4653. That's 884-4653.
JDSA Law is a proud sponsor of these local sports broadcasts. They've been serving North Central and Eastern Washington since 1946. For over 70 years, their team of dedicated professionals has delivered quality, innovative legal services. JDSA Law partners with you to provide the finest legal advice and support as you navigate your personal and business challenges, risks, and accomplishments. At JDSA Law, they salute our local athletes and wish them well on another excellent season of competition.
Pregame show continues here on the NCW Life channel as we get ready for Eisenhower and Wenatchee. Now I'm talking with Andy Jimenez. Andy, talk about the team and your guys' off-season for you and getting ready for the 2019 campaign.
Well, my 2019 was actually like I was recovering a lot. I came back from 2 surgeries, so I was just kind of in like rehab and stuff like that. But as a team, I think we definitely stepped it up, and we all hit the weight room, and we all contributed and put in hard work.
So what were your surgeries?
I actually had 2 surgeries on my wrist. I tore most of my ligaments in there, and I broke my radial.
How'd you do that?
Wrestling.
Oh,
yeah.
That's
yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So you guys last week. I mean, how do you describe last week? That was kind of unfair, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was mostly a mental game for us. We were coming into that game trying to be as focused as we can be and try to limit all the mistakes. Yeah.
Talk about your approach defensively and what you guys want to accomplish each week.
We just want to play fast and beat teams with our strength and speed, and I think that's just how we're gonna. That's how we shut out a few teams. So, yeah.
Talk about Eisenhower and what you're expecting. They got pretty good big guys up front. They like to run the ball. They got a different guy playing at quarterback this year. What do you expect?
I think they're gonna play hard, and I think it's gonna be a good battle. But at the end of the day, I think we're a lot faster and a lot stronger. I think we're gonna pull it out.
So tell me about the camaraderie with this team and you guys and how that is.
I mean, I think we're all good. We're all one unit, and just we focus together, and we're all play as one. So
defensively, in the huddle on the field, something goes maybe not the way you guys had planned it. What do you say to each other? What's the big thing?
we flush and we move on to the next play.
Just flush it away.
Yeah.
Just that easy?
Yeah, I mean, we can't focus on our mistakes. We got to keep playing. We got to finish the game,
Okay, all right. What feels better for you, stuffing the run or getting after that quarterback?
Honestly, getting after that quarterback, yeah.
What about these Lloyd Hammer guys up front, huh?
They're beasts. The brothers, they're beasts. That's all I got to say. They're scary.
Do you guys, I mean, they're actual brothers, but do you guys feel like the whole defense are brothers too?
Oh, yeah. I mean, our whole team is brothers. Yeah, our whole team are brothers. So that's my family.
Okay, Andy, we got to learn a little bit more about you. What do you like to do when you're not playing football?
I just like to hang out with my friends, hit the weight room and just chill out.
What do you do when you're hanging out with your friends? What are you guys up to?
We play Madden, play 2K, drink Frescas. That's about it.
Drink Frescas, okay. Sounds good. Well, buddy, thanks for the time. We appreciate it. Stay healthy and have a good game tonight.
All right, thank you.
Andy Jimenez joining us here on the pregame show. We'll come back and get you the starting lineups as we get ready for Ike and Wenatchee next on the NCW Life Channel.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you get 35 years of experience and customer service in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's friendly staff strongly believe in repairing before replacing and service all major brands of HVAC units. Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning is your local, independent, trained comfort specialists, proudly serving all of North Central Washington. Call 884-6444 today.
No calories, no sweeteners, all smiles. Bubbly sparkling water. Crack a smile.
And hello once again, everyone, and welcome back to the pregame show here on the NCW Life Channel. Wenatchee Panthers and the Eisenhower Cadets as we kick off this season of Big Nine football. Joining me is the NCW Life Channel Sports Director, Eric Granstrom. And Eric, looking for a good game here tonight. Not a lot of folks here tonight, but I think that's partly because it's a weeknight game.
It's a school night, Grant.
Explain why we're playing on this Thursday night.
Well, unfortunately, not enough officials to go around. Friday night is a very busy night across North Central Washington. The Chelan County Officials Association just down to the numbers where they can't cover them all, so this game was moved up to Thursday. That's why we're playing here tonight. The Wenatchee Panthers won the toss. They elect to receive, so we'll see the Wenatchee Panthers on first, out there first on offense, and the starting lineup brought to you by TC Slingers. If it's rock, bark, sand, or soil, there's no need for wheelbarrows, shovels, or rakes. They'll place the material for you. Grant, give us a rundown on the Wenatchee offense getting the start here tonight.
Wenatchee offense led by quarterback Camden Sermon, a a junior rather. Obadiah Young starts at one wide receiver. He's 5'9", 190-pound junior. Johnny Amezcua also will get a start at receiver along with J.J. Jelsing. Jelsing a sophomore. Amezcua also a sophomore. I think Jelsing's a junior, isn't he, Eric? Riley Coons will not get the start tonight. We talked about that in the pregame show. So in his place, Camden Sermon. Is he going to start on offense too? I think just defense he's taking his place. So we'll see what happens on offense. But Mason Moore will start at one tackle. Nathan Blauman, the running back, 6 foot, 205-pound junior. Andy Jimenez on the line. Trey Jagla, Sim Cass, and Vincent Bentley on the offensive line.
You said Sermon, you meant Lloyd Hammer as far as starting on the line.
Oh, yeah.
That's okay. We got
we
found this with both teams that we're covering this year, Eastmont and Wenatchee. They got a lot of the same first names going on.
They really do. Camden Sermon, Camden Lloyd Hammer, all over the place.
Teeing it up for the Cadets will be Thomas Opplinger. He's one of the best punters in the Big Nine. They've had their share of interesting extra points so far this season, Grant. They've had quite a few that have been blocked. That's not on the kicker. That's on the line up in front of him. So waiting for the football here. And a windy night tonight, Grant, but you being our local meteorologist, you're saying this wind should lay down?
It should lay down at some point tonight, but boy, temperature-wise, about 73 when we got here. I still think upper 60s to near 70 right now, but it will cool down and cool down quickly as we make our way through the night. So I think we'll be getting our jackets, Eric, by the end of the night.
Well, back to return this kickoff, J.J. Jelsing. We saw him a week ago get things started for the Panthers on the right foot, taking it back over 90 yards for the opening half kickoff. I have a feeling that the Cadets saw that on film. They're going to try to kick it away from him tonight.
I agree with that. Yeah, also Nathan Blauman back there, as well as Sebastian Esquivel, as we're just about ready to go here from the Apple Bowl, Game 1 of the Big Nine season here tonight. Once again, doing the kicking is Opplinger, Thomas Opplinger. Kick is off to the right and short. Jelsing picks it up at about the 21-yard line, comes right side, now goes back up the middle, 35, across the 35, and down at around the 38-yard line. And that's where the Panthers will begin this first drive of the ball game with 11:54 left first quarter.
And the starting lineups brought to you by TC Slingers. Let's take a look at the defense for the Eisenhower Cadets. Up front, they go with a 3-man down line and then 4 linebackers, but they're going to bring those linebackers up, so it's going to look like a 5-man front. Dustin Case, Paco Sanchez are the tackles. Javier Perales is the nose guard. Timothy Harrison, Miguel Villegas are the outside linebackers. Ilian Jimenez and Gason Gottschalk, the insiders. Will give you the rest of them coming up.
Sermon in shotgun, hands it off immediately. It's Blauman over the right side, big hole, 45 midfield, 50 into Ike territory, and pushed out of bounds at the Eisenhower 42-yard line.
Big gain right there. Great blocking up front for the Wenatchee Panthers. There were some question marks on the offensive line, as we mentioned. Riley Coons is out. Nate Black is out. But getting some sophomores in there and getting them some good yardage on first down to the Ike 42 on the first play.
Great start for the Panthers. It began at their own 38-yard line. One play right into Ike territory, just what the doctor ordered here to start a game. So 21 yards on that first play, 20 yards, some movement, and Sermon just takes a knee. Who was offside? Did the whistle blow?
Well, the snap didn't get back to him.
I didn't hear a whistle, but
it looks like they're going to mark it back
on the Panthers.
5 yards, our first penalty of the ball game.
So that false start takes the ball back to the Ike 47-yard line. Ike coming in at 1-2 on the season, all non-league games. The Panthers at 2-1 after that big win last week against Mount Boucherie of Kelowna, British Columbia. Second down 15 now for the Panthers. Ball at the Ike 47-yard line. In motion is Jelsing, left side. He gets the swing pass out on the flat, cuts it back up middle, then goes back outside. Should have maybe cut up the middle. No yards gained on that. Nice gang tackle by the Cadets far side.
Well, Malachi Spurrier was over there. We talked about him so much on the offensive side. We didn't mention the fact that he's also starting on defense as a cornerback over there. He took on the block applied by Jonathan Amezcua, threw him aside, and was able to make the stop on Jelsing. No gain on the play.
They read that nicely. It brings up third down and 15 now. The Panthers' first third and long of the ball game, 10-19, just underway here, first quarter left to go. Sermon in shotgun. Johnny Amezcua to the right of Sermon. Also J.J. Jelsing right side. Obadiah Young on the left side with Blauman in the backfield. Sermon claps his hands, swing pass, and it's out to Obadiah Young. Crosses the 40-yard line. Won't get to the 35, but I think his forward progress will get him to about the 38. We still will be short of about 6 yards to the first down.
Nice gain of 10 there. You don't have too many plays in the book where you're going to try to pick up 15 yards on one gallop. But nice blocking over there, too, and a good play call by the coaching staff for Wenatchee to get 10 anyway.
Javier Perales in on the stop for the Cadets. Panthers going to go for it here, and fourth down and 6. It's kind of no man's land right here at the 38-yard line. We'll see if the Panthers can pick up this fourth down and 6. Jelsing to the right of Sermon. Blauman in the backfield. Now in motion for the Panthers, Amezcua. High snap, Sermon has it. Rifles the pass downfield. Jelsing over the middle of the field, inside the 20, out to the 17. And that was a beautiful pass by Camden Sermon.
Gain of 22 yards on that pass play. Good sprint out. That gives it's a run pass option. It gives him so many opportunities. They needed 5-6 yards on that first down. Jelsing just kind of sat down in a hole in the defense, and Sermon able to find him easily.
And that ball was on a rope from Camden Sermon, one of the best balls we've seen him throw in a while. That was a beautiful pass. 3 receivers right side, so trips right for the Panthers in this formation with Blauman in the backfield. Blauman the handoff, gets a block nicely by Obadiah Young. That springs him 10-5 into the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers. 17 yards for Nathan Blauman.
Couple of carries, 37 yards. We talked about it in the pregame, Grant. If they like to come on that blitz from the outside, they like to send guys. That means all you got to do is block one for a second, get Blauman on the outside, and there you go.
Impressive drive for the Panthers. It began all the way back at their own 38-yard line. On to kick now, Cesar Gonzalez. The holder for the Panthers is Ty Waterman. Here's the kick. It's got plenty of distance. Did it make it through? And they're still talking about it, and it's good. It must have went right over the upright. Close. They're going to give it to him when we're at 8:53 left to go first quarter. It's Wenatchee 7, Eisenhower nothing. Back with more in 60 seconds.
My name is Brian Thorpe. I own Global Car Care in Wenatchee and have been here for about 25 years.
Brian started Global Car Care as Brian's automotive alternative on Orondo Street.
Some customers were following Brian since Brian's automotive time.
No, we're just grateful to be part of this community. This is where I grew up. We want to do our part to be a valuable part of this community. We want to thank you for trusting our business for 25 years.
At Harvest Valley Pest Control, we know you are committed to making your home and business a healthy and pest-free place. Hi, I'm David. Give us a call and we'll give you a firm price over the phone and schedule a time that works for you. We will do an in-depth 30-point healthy home or business inspection and craft a customized plan of action designed specifically for your pest issue. Give us a call or visit our website today.
Panthers drive, 6 plays, 62 yards. Took 3 minutes off the clock. PAT good, 17-yard run by Blauman. We're at 7-0. Here's the kick by Gonzalez, taken deep by Anthony Smith-Gary. And he's down just shy of the 30 at their own 28-yard line. That was DeAnthony Smith-Gary on that return.
I'll tell you what, Grant, that's somebody who has been out of the lineup, at least in the film that I watched, of the first 3 games of the season. Don't know if it was eligibility or if it was an injury, but he's back and he's one to watch here tonight.
Yeah, he's got a lot of talent. I remember him on the basketball court, Eric. We talked about that off camera. This kid is talented. So we'll see what he can do to help this Ike team tonight. First time out on offense at their own 29-yard line. Jaden Corbray, former excellent running back, now at quarterback. We talked a little bit about that during the pregame. Timothy Harrison in the backfield, 6'1", 195-pound running back, and there's the pass immediately, and that's Malachi Spurrier, and he's that young, exciting sophomore. He does get up to the 35-yard line, and he's met hard and driven back all the way to the 30, but not after a 5-yard gain.
How about the defensive tackle, Chase Lloydhammer, getting all the way out there on that quick out and helping to make the tackle, but still a gain of about 4 yards on the play.
It looked like thought they were going to give him the 35, but then they moved it back a little bit, so that'll bring up 2nd down and 6 now.
Yeah, you wondered if they're going to get Spurrier involved in the offense.
Wow.
How about on the first play?
What an exciting sophomore, that's for sure. Teague Gilman also in the offensive set as wide receiver, also with Malachi Spurrier to the left of Corbray. Handoff is Morrison, the big running back, and he bowls his way right up the middle. Nothing fancy there, and that's an easy cadet first down all the way up to the 43-yard line. Gain of 11 on that nice run by Morrison.
It's actually Harrison.
Harrison.
That's all right. So the gain, how much did you give him there?
11.
11 yards.
Yep.
On the first carry of the ball game. So, yeah, Ike down early on the scoreboard, but answering with 2 positive plays already.
Corbray in shotgun. Once again, Harrison in the backfield with him. Corbray back to pass, has lots of time, goes right side, has a receiver there, and Spurrier makes the catch.
Holy
what
cow.
a catch at the Panther 37-yard line.
20 yards on that pass play. How about the throw into the wind by the 5'6" quarterback? And how about the dancing up the sidelines by Spurrier?
What a great set of hands. Only a sophomore, and they're not wasting any time. Are the Cadets getting back to the line of scrimmage? First down and 10 Cadets. They got something going now at the Panther 37-yard line. Corbray, shotgun, hands it off this time. Harrison, left side. He's tackled there. And a nice job on defense by big Andy Jimenez, the 5'9", 235-pound senior, after a 2-yard gain.
As you hopefully watched our pregame show, got a chance to talk with Andy Jimenez.
Good kid,
and, he's a great kid, and good to have him back after his wrist fracture and ligament tear that happened in the wrestling season a year ago. But back here playing in his senior year, I asked him, do you like to stuff the run or chase after the quarterback? He got a big smile on his face. I like to chase after that quarterback.
And I knew you'd pick him. You love wrestlers. So, and you talked about that too, Eric. All right, 2nd down and 8 now for the Cadets. 6:53, fast-moving first quarter, 7-0 Panthers on top. Here's Corbray back to pass. Now he's under pressure, flushed out of the pocket, gets away, but not away enough. After a gain of about 3 yards and a nice defensive play by the Panthers.
Silas St. John chasing him down. That was a good job of spying by St. John there and holding him, because the whole defensive front had flushed by, and that meant it was one-on-one for St. John. Good open field tackle.
Short gain on that play. Could have been a lot worse, as Eric mentioned. 3rd down now and 6. Ball at the Wenatchee 33-yard line. Harrison behind Corbray, back to pass, screen pass being set up, and is just out of the reach of number 44, the big tight end, Paco Sanchez. He's 225-pound senior, and that'll bring up 4th down for Ike.
Josh Bouchon out there rotating on the defensive line out there along with Camden Lloydhammer, and they both put some pressure on the quarterback. It was a screen pass, well set up, but Corbray just didn't have time to get rid of that football.
And we mentioned DeAnthony Smith-Gary, and he's in there now, Eric. One of the trips of receivers to the left side, along with the very exciting Malachi Spurrier in the slot. Harrison moves up a step or two. Corbray in shotgun. He's looking left all the way, going to the end zone. A wobbly pass, and it's picked off right at the 1-yard line. What a catch, Sebastian Esquivel.
Well, Esquivel going for the stat there, but if you're a smart player on 4th down, you just knock that ball down and you get the ball all the way back at the 35-yard line.
That is so true.
It's hard to tell a kid not to pick it off, though.
Yeah, tell him, don't catch that ball, right? Now the Panthers will have it deep at their own 1-yard line. With 6:05 left to go here in this first quarter, and the Panthers lead at 7-0. That ball kind of fluttered up there, didn't it, Eric? I think the wind caught it a little bit. It looks like it may even have slipped a little bit out of his hand.
Yeah, that was not the best of passes for Corbray. Of course, that's his 10th interception thrown this season.
Panthers have it once again, 2nd drive of the night now at their own 1-yard line. Sermon's going to go right under center this time and just bowl his way upfield to give the Panthers a little bit of room, and he's breaking free. The 5-yard line, 10, up to the 20 on the sideline, 35, 40. Got a blocker. Jelsine might have clipped there. No flag thrown, though. Sermon's still on his feet inside the Thurman, all the way down to the 27-yard line of Eisenhower. Big run for Camden Sermon.
72 yards on the running play. It looked like he was dead to rights right in the middle of the stack, but nobody got a hold of him because he had linemen in front of him. It was a purple shield around him, and then he just pops free, goes up the near sideline to our cameras, and pops it for 72 yards.
That might be the simplest play there is in football. Yeah. He was just trying to give the Panthers some breathing room is all. And a 72-yard run. Panthers in business again now at the Eisenhower 27-yard line. Jelsine split right side. Blauman, the delayed handoff, sneaks away from that first defender. Stiff arm, 20-yard line, 15, cuts it back upfield, 10. And he's finally brought down at the Ike 6-yard line after a beautiful 19-yard run.
Wow, I'm telling you what, the Panthers, you wondered if they would be sharp after that game a week ago. 61-0, running clock the entire second half, but they have come out as crisp as can be tonight.
Offensive line with Mason Moore, Andy Jimenez, Trey Jagla, Sim Cass, and Vincent Bentley doing an outstanding job blowing open holes for this Panther running attack. 5:03 now left to go first quarter. Sermon Handoff, nothing fancy there. Plowman, he's going to plow his way into the end zone. Didn't get touched. 7 yards, touchdown.
Second rushing touchdown of the night for Nate Plowman. Big holes up front, blowing out the offensive line. As you mentioned, the left side this time coming up with it. Andy Jimenez and Mason Moore making the blocks for Plowman, getting into the end zone from 7 yards out. Grant, he already has on 4 carries, 65 yards tonight and 2 touchdowns.
He is in for just a fantastic night tonight, and what a great job by that offensive line on the first 2 possessions here tonight. Waterman once again the holder. Gonzalez on for the point after try. Kick is up. This time more in the center of the goal post, and it's good. 4 minutes, 54 seconds left to go. We're still in the first quarter. It's Wenatchee 14 and Eisenhower nothing. Back to the Apple Bowl in 30 seconds. Stay with us.
Highlander Golf Course is proud to announce their 2 new state-of-the-art full-swing golf simulators with over 80 courses of virtual golf to choose from year-round. Or try their Laser Shot simulated firearm program, or gaming with football, basketball, and much more. Enjoy Highlander food and drink service from their full-service bar and grill in the comfort of their simulator room. Call the Highlander Pro Shop to book your time at 884-4653. That's 884-4653.
Panthers scoring drive, 3 plays, 99 yards, only took 1 minute, 11 seconds off the clock. Nate Plowman, 7-yard run, point after try, good.
Our broadcast tonight brought to you in part by Harvest Valley Pest Control. You can rest assured Harvest Valley Pest Control uses kid and pet-safe material around your home or office. Call today for your free estimate.
Here we go, Gonzalez to kick it off to the deep man. Once again is Smith Gary, very athletic, breaks a tackle, now runs into some Panthers, almost lost the football, now he's got some open field, and this kid can run. He does get chased down, but not before he goes all the way into Panther territory.
Almost a flag could have happened at the end of that, too.
A little bit of a late hit there,
Esquivel got him and pushed him into the sidelines in the bench area behind the Wenatchee sidelines. And lucky they didn't get an extra 15 yards there. But what a return by Smith Gary. And Grant, we were talking about how crisp Wenatchee came out, rushing the football all over the place tonight. That play could energize things for the Cadets.
That's what you don't want to do, and that's how important special teams are in a football game. You don't think about it, but a punt return, a block punt, a nice kickoff return, it just changes everything. It's such a game of momentum. 4 minutes, 44 seconds left to go first quarter. Ike now begins their second drive of the night in Panther territory, as I mentioned, at the 40-yard line. Corbray in shotgun, and we've got a whistle before the snap.
Timeout taken by Eisenhower.
I think they had the right personnel on the field. Coach Jimenez right away was running up and down the sideline, so his team will come over to the sideline.
You give me your password on your phone, and I'll tell folks that our broadcast tonight brought to you by Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, your comfort-trained specialist specializing in commercial and residential HVAC systems, online at DicksHeatingWenatchee.com. Also by Global Car Care, a quality auto repair facility with highly trained technicians celebrating 25 years in the car care business. They speak your car's language at 1840 North Wenatchee Avenue.
So 4:44 left. Panthers off to an early lead, as Eric mentioned. A little bit of a surprise here tonight. Ike comes in at 1-2. The Panthers 2-1, but the Panthers, boy, the running attack, as Eric mentioned, outstanding tonight, and a nice run by Camden Sermon. A 72-yard run from the Panther 1-yard line. Really sprung the Panthers in for that second touchdown, and it's 14-0. Teams back out on the field now.
Boy, and you hate if you're Eisenhower to take a timeout there just as you got a great kickoff return, then you kind of ruin your own momentum.
It does. It ruins it, is right. Harrison in the backfield with Corbray. Corbray stands at the 45-yard line. The handoff goes to Harrison. Had an opening for a second. Got about 3 as he falls forward to the Wenatchee 37-yard line. That'll bring up second down and 7 now for the Cadets.
3 carries, 16 yards so far in the ball game for Harrison for Eisenhower. They've got a big offensive line. I'm surprised that they're not able to have a little more success running on the ground. So far this year, Eisenhower, third best offense in the Big Nine, 361 yards of offense on the ground through 3 games so far.
And Corbray was a former running back. Fantastic one. You'd think that he'd be running a little bit more here, too. We may see that yet. Handoff this time is to Smith Gary, an end around, and he has some room right side and enough for a first down over the Panther 30. Down to the Wenatchee 29-yard line.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, they got 3 guys that they need to be getting the ball to, and one of which carried it right there for 8 yards, Smith Gary. You got Smith Gary, you got Spurrier, and you've got your quarterback, Corbray. Those are your talent guys, and if you're a man in purple right now, key on those 3 guys.
Absolutely right. Also, Stephen Abb out there to the right side of Corbray, split right by the Ike bench. Smith Gary in the backfield along with Corbray. He's looking left, goes that way, and it's caught immediately, and he breaks the tackle of Esquivel and then is pushed out of bounds. Teague Gilman on the reception. Only a sophomore as well, 5'10", 155 pounds.
Gain of 13 yards on that pass play, Grant. 3 of 5 in the ballgame now for Corbray, and that's, 37 yards passing.
Tell you what, these cadets have themselves a pair of young receivers in Teague Gilman and Malachi Spurrier, both only sophomores. Corbray shotgun. Smith Gary just moved. No flag, though, as Smith Gary gets the handoff, grabbed in the backfield, and then hit hard right about the line of scrimmage. He almost had a loss. He shook that tackle and then was brought down hard by the Panthers.
Dawson Pike finished him off. It was Silas St. John who shot the gap from his linebacker position, got in there and got enough of Smith Gary to kind of trip him up for just a gain of a yard on the play.
Bring up 2nd down and 9 now. Clock moving. 3:08 left to go. Opening period. Panthers on top, 14-0. Corbray sends 2 receivers left side, 1 to the right. Once again, and DeAnthony Smith Gary in the backfield. Moves up to the left side now of Corbray as Corbray claps his hands, looks to DeAnthony Gary. He's such a DeAnthony Smith Gary, I should say. He's run out of bounds at the 15-yard line, but he's such an exciting, kind of dynamic player. You just want the ball in his hands, don't you, Eric?
Absolutely. Good job by the Panthers there to get 2 bodies over. A little jawing happening after the fact as Wenatchee defensively, you got to watch those plays out of bounds. That's something that Coach Devereaux said. The one negative about the 61-0 win a week ago against Mount Boucherie here were the penalties.
Right. Gain of only a yard there, maybe not even a yard. It's going to stay 3rd down and 9. As Ike, the ball resting on the Panthers' 16-yard line.
But again, give credit to Esquivel for coming up on the outside there for Wenatchee along with Obadiah Young and helping to...
There is a personal foul
penalty. There was a personal foul.
Right.
Okay, we didn't see the flag out of bounds over there. And so a dead ball foul.
So that makes
no, it couldn't have been because they say 2nd down.
And 7 at the 7-yard line. Handoff Harrison right up the middle. Gets stopped inside the 5, but pulls his way down to about the Panthers' 3-yard line. Jimenez on the stop for Wenatchee.
And he did get the first down. That's his 4th carry of the ball game for 19 yards now. And we'll, I'm not sure exactly what that penalty flag was, but it was only for 5 yards. So 2 penalties, 10 yards so far on the Panthers. But here we go. Cadets knock it on the doorstep.
First down and goal, ball at the 2-yard line. Harrison once again behind Corbray, gets the handoff, goes right side, doesn't get into the end zone though. He stopped just short at about the 1-yard line, so that'll bring up 3rd down and 1.
Well, once again, making the stop, Chase Lloydhammer, the 6'6", 220-pound senior. Man on man there as Harrison came to him, caught him, stood him up, drove him back, and they blow the whistle dead at the 1-yard line.
Lloydhammer's one of those tall, lanky kids that they're so strong, aren't they? They're sneaky strong.
Yeah, I'd think with that big wingspan and slight of weight that he wouldn't be able to do that, but just all about positioning.
Here's Corbray now slapping his hands on this 2nd down and goal, I should say. And Corbray just going to keep it himself and gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Cadets, or is it a touchdown?
Yes, it is.
Didn't see one signal out there, but he did get into the end zone. And a 1-yard run for the quarterback, Corbray.
Officials have learned so much from what happens on Saturdays and Sundays. They're nervous about giving the signals now, so they tell it to each other rather than signal it. And then the white hat back there, Mike Penning says, yes, it was a touchdown.
So on for the extra point try is Thomas Opplinger for the Cadets. The holder is Malachi Spurrier. 14-6 our score.
Wenatchee jumped offside. Dawson Pike got a little bit anxious there. Jumped into the neutral zone, and our official saying that it's a motion penalty against the defense declined, and they'll try the kick.
Here he goes. That'd be a little shorter extra point try, I guess. The kick, oh boy, they do struggle from that position. It did make it over. It sounds like one of the kicks you and I might kick, Eric. The PAT is good. And with 1:40 left to go here in the first quarter, it's Wenatchee 14 and Ike now 7. We're back in 30 seconds.
JDSA Law is a proud sponsor of these local sports broadcasts. They've been serving North Central and Eastern Washington since 1946. For over 70 years, their team of dedicated professionals has delivered quality, innovative legal services. JDSA Law partners with you to provide the finest legal advice and support as you navigate your personal and business challenges, risks, and accomplishments. At JDSA Law, they salute our local athletes and wish them well on another excellent season of competition.
1 minute, 40 seconds left to go first quarter. It's Wenatchee now 14, Eisenhower 7. That Ike drive, 8 plays, 60 yards, 3 minutes, 4 seconds off the clock. Jaden Corbray, a 1-yard run, the PAT good. We're now at 14-7.
Have we had a punt yet?
No punts yet.
Yeah, okay.
Nope.
3 possessions, 3 scores. And 14-7 our score as we wait for the ensuing kickoff. Broadcast brought to you by Confluence Health, dedicated to improve their patients' health with safe, high-quality care in 12 communities throughout North Central Washington.
Nice kick this time by Opplinger.
That's a live ball.
And boy, the Panthers better get on it. Jelsing finally does it to 20. That was very close. Waiting, Miguel Villegas, a 6-foot senior, waiting to pounce on that for Ike, and what a gift that would have been for the Cadets.
Mezqua watched that ball, and it must have seemed like it was in slow motion, held up in the breeze here tonight, and then kicked backwards, kind of a little backwards English. You know, you have those chip shots you get once in a while, get a little English on it. Well, that one had English on it on the football. And Panthers lucky to have the ball at the 21-yard line.
Boy, I guess, as Blauman brings the troops out on offense. Blauman in the backfield with Sermon. 2 receivers split out to the left side. Sermon claps his hands. Looks like a blitz is coming right up the middle. Panthers pick it up. Blauman the handoff. Breaks the first tackle as he usually does, and then drags a couple of Cadets across the 25 down to the 26, and that'll be a nice gain of 4 yards for Blauman.
Jason Poteet comes up with the stop, although he is petite at 5'7", 150 pounds, but he was able to get a little help from his friends to bring Blauman down after a gain of 5 yards. The Panthers just doing it on the ground right now.
Boy, it's rare that we see somebody, one person or the first tackler, bring Blauman down. He's got that strength. The Panthers huddle up now with 1:05 left to go. Clock moving here in the first quarter.
Well, we've seen it on tape, and Coach Devereaux was expecting Eisenhower to blitz quite a bit here.
They're coming again. Play action pass this time. Sermon all the day to throw it. Gets it out in the flat. Blauman 35, first down 40, all the way up to the Wenatchee 45-yard line. That'll be a nice gain of 19 on that swing pass from Sermon out to Blauman.
Boy, Sermon had forever to throw that football. He wanted to go left with it, but couldn't find anybody. Good coverage over there by the Cadets. Teague Gilman on the far side of the field, or the near side to our cameras. So Sermon, just having all time to camp and make a picnic back there, decided to go, I'm going to pick Blauman, and he does for good yardage.
The Panther offensive line had dominated this game so far. A much smaller line up front for the Cadets on defense. And boy, the Panthers just blowing holes open and protecting Sermon. Delay handoff this time. Blauman across the 45, cuts it back upfield into Cadet territory, and finally brought down close to first down yardage again. I think he's got it at the Eisenhower 45-yard line. 10 yards.
6 carries, 80 yards for Nate Blauman tonight. And one thing, From our cameras, it's the far side, but where we're broadcasting from, that was right in front of us here.
Right.
And you could see Blauman looking downfield as he's waiting for blocks. He's waiting for things to show. He's always looking for that cutback, and he found it once again there for 10 yards.
Super patient, and it paid off that time as we let the first quarter run down. And that'll do it here from the Apple Bowl for quarter number 1 as we kick off Big 9 football at the end of 1. It's Wenatchee 14 and Eisenhower 7. Second quarter action coming your way on the NCW Life Channel in 60 seconds.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you get 35 years of experience and customer service in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's friendly staff strongly believe in repairing before replacing and service all major brands of HVAC units. Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning is your local, independent, trained comfort specialists, proudly serving all of North Central Washington. Call 884-6444 today.
No calories, no sweeteners, all smiles. Bubbly sparkling water. Crack a smile.
Back to live action. Second quarter just underway, and Blauman is tackled in the backfield. Nicely done by Harrison. Tim Harrison, also a running back on the offensive side, and that's a loss of 5 on first down for the Panthers.
Well, you haven't seen it too much tonight here, Grant, but Harrison just comes right through, blows up the play, makes the stop, and that's something we also don't see very much of, is Blauman being taken down by one guy.
Boy, that's for sure, right?
Timothy Harrison coming in from his outside linebacker spot is able to blow that play up for loss of 5.
That takes the ball just back inside the Panther side of the field at about the 49.5-yard line. Brings up second down and 16. Blauman in the backfield. Sermon directing traffic. Now back to pass. Tons of time once again. Is forced to roll to his right. 45. Zings it downfield to the 35-yard line. Close to a Panther first down, and I think that is a first down to a Mezqua.
Again, great time for Sermon to figure out what he wants to do back there and also take a survey of the field and check his first, second, third progression there. I think Mezqua was originally who he wanted to throw the ball to, but he had to wait for him to get open. Good scramble play to his right. Fires it, as you mentioned, downfield. Good for 15 and a first down.
Boy, I love the way Sermon's throwing the football tonight, especially on the run. He's got some zip on that ball tonight. Mezqua in motion in front of Sermon. Handoff instead. Blauman up the middle. Shakes some tackles. Jukes his way off the 35-yard line. Inside the 34. All that for about a 2-yard gain.
Kids, that's what squats will do for you. That right there, that's talking about absolute powerhouse below the waist for Nate Blauman. He only gets 2 yards there, but it took 7 guys to finally get him down.
And what do the coaches tell you early on? Keep those legs driving, keep them moving, and that's what Blauman learned at an early age, and you mentioned it, all that power. Jelsing and Young split to the right side of Sermon. In the slot as Mezqua may go in motion, and he does. Handoff goes to him. He's got Blauman in front of him as a blocker. Mezqua kicks it outside instead. 35-25, a flag comes down at the 30. We may have a hold there.
Yeah, I think they're going to get Obadiah Young for a grab there on a jersey. It didn't really have a lot of impact on the play, but it's going to come back.
Boy, a nice run. I like that by Mezqua. But it will cost the Panthers on a 2nd and 8, and it's going to come back.
3 penalties and 20 yards. Again, the only negative to say for the Panthers here tonight.
Boy, it really has been. They played an outstanding football game.
Our officials, by the way, tonight, our referee is Mike Penning. The umpire is Ray Snoke. Head linesman is Nathan Hahn. The line judge is Jeff Graham. And the back judge, Dennis Brandstetter from the Chelan County Officials Association.
That penalty takes the football back now to the Eisenhower 41-yard line. It brings up 2nd down and 16 with 9:54 left to go before halftime. Trips left side this time for Sermon. Obadiah Young split far out. Jelsing in the middle, and in the slot is a Mezqua with Blauman in the backfield. Here's that screen pass, flip pass out in the flat. Nothing this time, though, as Harrison, once again, he's keying on Blauman now. And nothing doing for Nate Blauman as he'll be thrown. I guess they're going to give him maybe the line of scrimmage there at about the 39-yard line. That's a pretty good spot. Actually, they're going to go back a bit now, Eric, to about 2-yard loss. Back to the 44-yard line.
Yep. J.J. Jelsing's going to go back to the huddle and apologize to Nate Blauman on that one. He was the man that was supposed to block Harrison out there and kind of did an ole on the block. That's something that will be a coachable moment in film come Monday.
Don't you get the feeling that Harrison now keen on Blauman, though? He's been right on him the last couple of plays. 3rd down, 19 for the Panthers. Play action over the middle, open, and the pass to Lloydhammer down to the 15 to 14-yard line. That's a first down. 30 yards on that play from Sermon to Camden Lloydhammer.
First catch as a varsity player for Lloydhammer and made it look like he's been doing that for 4 years. The sophomore comes through with a big play to the 15.
What great soft hands by Lloydhammer. Who'd have thought the youngster makes a big catch. First down at 10, Panthers now back in business at the Cadet 15-yard line. Sermon with 3 receivers split right side this time. Once again, will fake the handoff, fumbles it, and Ike picks it up. It's Sanchez, Paco Sanchez, on the bad exchange between Sermon and Blauman, and there is our first turnover of the night.
Well, I was looking down, jotting down some notes here, Grant, but you know, so important. Like you say, it's all those little things. It's the details that count, and it can just be a little bit of a low snap. Take your eye off of it for a second, and just like that, you can turn the ball over in a 14-7 ball game. Wenatchee was driving, looked like they were sniffing the end zone once again. They are turned aside by the turnover.
And it looked like one of those plays where it was a play design where Sermon could either decide to keep it or hand it off. I think he just let it stay in Blauman's breadbasket too long and then made the decision to pull it out, and it was too late.
Our broadcast brought to you in part by Les Schwab Tire Center. Go online at leschwab.com, find a tire store near you. Be sure to check out their fall tire sale going on now.
8:31 left to go here, second quarter. Handoff Harrison up the middle. Takes the first Wenatchee Panther tackler with him for a couple yards. I believe it was Jimenez, it was. And that'll be a gain, short gain of about 3 yards.
6 carries, 23 yards for Harrison here. But he's also one of those guys that you can hold him, and then suddenly, boom, he's sprinting outside on a big 60-yard gain.
And he's a handful, Eric, 6'1", 195. He's a strong kid, a lot like Blauman. Under 8 minutes left to go. Now it's a fast-moving first half here from the Apple Bowl.
A lot of running tonight.
14-7, Panthers with the lead. They were going for more, and then that fumble. And now Ike with the football and a 2nd down and 7. Corbray back to pass, a slant over the middle. Beautiful throw there. And up to about the 25-yard line. That'll be a gain of about 4.
Basically a wide receiver coming back. It was Stephen Abb with his first catch of the game. And a good safe play there for your young quarterback as he is able to hit him squarely over the middle. You get that defense with their ears pinned back. They come on the rush. That opens up behind him. That's where they made the play.
Gain of a 5 will give him. That brings up 3rd down and 2 now. The ball right on the Eisenhower 25-yard line. Big 3rd down and 2 here. Corbray shotgun, stands at his own 20, looking right side. The ball is tipped for a second, then caught. Nicely done. Once again, it's Stephen Abb, the 5'9", 160-pound wide receiver, makes that catch at the 30, a gain of 6, and enough for an Eisenhower first down.
Yep, needed 5, got 6, and a good job of elevating there on a pass that was thrown a little bit high, but his receiver bails him out, and Stephen Abb gets the first down.
I think Esquivel saw that, but he just didn't have time to quite react to it and get there in time. And that is an Eisenhower first down. Now with 6:40 left to go before halftime. Corbray shotgun. He's back to pass, looking left side. He's going deep. He's got a receiver, but he overthrows everyone. The ball lands at about the 30-yard line. It goes incomplete That'll bring up second down. Boy, good arm there.
Looking downfield for Malachi Spurrier, who's second in the Big Nine in receptions with 24 coming in, 542 yards, 8 touchdowns on the season, and his average per catch over 22 yards. But a good job by J.J. Jelsing with him stride for stride down the field. Incomplete, brings up second and 10.
I really like that call by head coach Gary Jimenez, Eric. You kind of lull the Panthers to sleep with some short passes, maybe a run or two, and then you go deep. I like the call. Second and 10 now. Cadets with it. Clock stopped on that incompletion right at 6.5 minutes left to go second quarter. Panthers are going to blitz with Jax Tucker, and they see the blitz and then get the pass caught at the 45-yard line. What a collision at the 45. I believe it was a Mezqua, as he nailed out there Teague Gilman, the receiver. Gilman didn't go down and instead gets a nice gain all the way into Panther territory at the 49-yard line.
Game of pinball out there at midfield as Gilman just bounced off of 2 Panthers and said, well, I'm still upright. I may as well run for a little more. Crossed with midfield.
About, 20 yards on that 15? And Ike's in business again. Corbray pass, nice play out in the flat that time as Gilman had his hands on it, but a Mezqua with the defensive play right in front of the Eisenhower bench.
Well, and a good choice for the coaching staff and a good call offensively there is you got the wide side of the field, you got man-on-man out there. A little bit of cushion by the cornerback on the on the near side of the field to our cameras, so why not go for that quick pass, but good coverage and the pass again a little bit high. Corbray, by the way, 7-11 for 64 yards.
And they favor that left side. That's predominantly where they go on the pass, that left side. They have 2 receivers out that way on this play. Second down and 10. Harrison in the backfield. Play action. This Corbray is going to keep it. He's a good runner, remember, but nowhere to go. In fact, he's going to be thrown for a loss, and a nice defensive play by the Panthers. Silas St. John from his linebacker position.
Loss of 1 on the play. That takes Corbray back to a yard rushing officially here on the night. And I think if that's an option play, he probably should have given that ball off to Harrison. Harrison had a lot of green space out over the right side.
I'm surprised we haven't seen Corbray run it more often, considering he was a former running back. Now third down 11. Can the Panthers hold on this third down? Corbray shotgun standing in his own 45, and we got a timeout called by Eisenhower.
Our broadcast tonight here on the NCW Life Channel brought to you by BioSports Physical Therapy. Find them online at biosports.net. Open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Also by Impact Auto Sales. They strive to impact your life, not your wallet. You can expect a hassle-free car buying experience at Impact Auto Sales in Wenatchee. 14-7 ball game. The way things started out, Grant, I thought, wow, Wenatchee's on top. They're just going to blow this thing open here tonight. Not the case.
Well, in the last possession, Eric, they had a chance to take a 2-touchdown lead as well, all the way down into Ike, deep into Ike territory, and then the fumble. We may be at 21-7 right now, but, coulda, woulda, shoulda in that case.
Yeah, absolutely. I was thinking about that no punt tonight. Actually, Eisenhower on their first possession went downfield, went for it on 4th down. Wenatchee intercepted it at the 1-yard line on a 4th down play. Again, one you might think about talking to your defensive back and saying, just knock that ball down. Play here on 3rd and long. I think this might be 4-down territory for Eisenhower. Why not?
Corbray right at midfield. As Eric mentioned, 3rd and 11, just under 5.5 minutes left to go before halftime. Corbray back to pass. It's a quarterback draw, and he's got room, the 40, and he's going to get a first down all the way down to the Panther 38-yard line. Once again, a great call by Coach Jimenez in a 12-yard gain.
A good decision by that former running back, now quarterback. They talked to him in the offseason, said, you know what, we need you to play quarterback for us. Jaden didn't really want to do it, but here he is, the quarterback, and he saw the green grass, so he thought, you know what, I can get this first down on my feet, and he does.
9th play of this drive coming up here, as Eisenhower began this drive all the way back at their own 17-yard line. And this would be a perfect way for Coach Jimenez and these cadets to end this first half. Now under 5 minutes left to go second quarter. Corbray shotgun back to his 45-yard line. Wings it up there in between a couple of receivers dangerously. And it goes to the turf incomplete. I think Paco Sanchez, the big tight end, was the intended receiver.
Give credit up front defensively by Cass Sim, who put the pressure on, got right in the quarterback's face. You got Sim that is 6'2", 235, and with his arms stretched out high, he's probably looking more like he's 10 feet tall when he's coming at that quarterback who stands just at 5'6" and 160. He had to throw that over a building to get it downfield.
Absolutely. That was a dangerous pass. It just kind of floated dangerously between a couple of receivers. Now 2nd down and 10 Cadets. Harrison in motion just moves up closer to Corbray. Gets the hand up, goes left side. He's caught in the backfield. Nice play by the Panthers that time. And
Sim Cass again for Wenatchee. Just winning that battle up front on who he's across from. Sim Cass just the better of the two right now, and 2 plays in a row for Sim Cass. If they did the old logos on the stickers on the helmets, he'd be getting one for this one.
That happened when I played football. Footballs. They were little football stickers.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's right. Well, loss of 5 there. That helps the Panthers out. Moves the ball back to the Wenatchee 43-yard line. 3rd down 15 now for Ike. 2 receivers to the right of Corbray, 1 to the left side. Corbray back to pass. Looks down middle of the field. Has a receiver there. Jelsing, I don't know if he got a hand on it. Passed just a little bit in front of Malachi Spurrier. It goes incomplete. Now a big 4th down and 15.
Spurrier with a little bit of a gap there, but I'm sure he wanted to get that crossing pattern a little bit, make 3 more steps. But Corbray didn't have time to give him 3 steps because the defensive line for Wenatchee, 4 purple jerseys coming right in his face.
And I think the Panthers better be heads up right here. Thomas Opplinger on to punt for the Cadets. The ball is at the Wenatchee 43-yard line. J.J. Jelsing back to return. He's standing at the 10. That punt is away, and a nice high kick. Jelsing's just going to let it go over his head. Luckily, Esquivel, I'm sorry, bounces into the end zone. I'm missing a 1 there. And the Panthers will have it out at the 20-yard line.
Grant, if you're only missing a 1, you're in good shape tonight.
Right. You know, that was the longest drive by either team tonight, Eric, as far as plays go. 11 plays on that Ike drive, and all for nothing as they punt it away. So the Panthers get the ball back, their 3rd possession of the night now.
Our broadcast brought to you by Highlander Golf Course and Grill. Call the Pro Shop to schedule your time on their full swing S4 widescreen golf simulators at 884-4653. Plan your next tournament or event today.
1st out of 10 Panthers. It'd be great for the Panthers and their coaching staff to get a touchdown or some kind of score here before halftime. Swing pass out in the flat. Once again, Blauman. They've been going to that play a few times tonight. Blauman smartly goes down as a host of Cadets converge on him, but not after about a 3-yard gain for Blauman out to the 23-yard line.
Blauman's 3rd catch of the night for 20 yards. By the way, Camden Sermon, 8 of 8 for 90 yards.
He is very impressive so far in this first half. I just love the way he's throwing that football around. Obadiah Young will split out left side. Amezcua as well as J.J. Jelsing on the right. High snap. Here's Blauman up the middle. Has some room. Stutter steps over some people, and now he's got open sideline. 40-yard line. There's a block by Amezcua, and a flag is thrown right at the 40. A late flag, and Amezcua wouldn't have had to do that. Panther coaching staff can't believe it, and that's going to negate that big run and 1st down.
2nd time tonight that a flag has come out by a wide receiver blocking downfield, and they've both been on Amezcua on great ground gains for Wenatchee. Got to give credit to Trey Janglin and Andy Jimenez. They absolutely pancaked a couple of Cadets as Blauman cut back behind him on the landslide that was happening on the field out there. Unfortunately, all that great blocking will cut that play back. It will be enough, 11 yards, though, net for a 1st down.
Isn't that something? Still a 1st down. So what's the gain on the play then?
11.
A net gain of 11 yards.
Should have been about 25.
Boy, Amezcua just wouldn't have even to lay a hand on that defender. But the Panthers still have it 1st and 10 at their own 32. 3 minutes now exactly left to go before halftime. Jelsing in motion. It's out in the flat too. Jelsing, he's athletic, 30-yard line. He stumbles a bit, and that cost him some yards. And finally goes down at the 34 after only a 2-yard gain.
One of those turf bunnies again came up and tripped him up there. And then you see that so many times where you get, especially like a good athlete like that, their eyes see opening, their body tries to react and go, oh my gosh.
Yeah,
And then in the meantime, you forget about, oh, I got to put right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot.
That's exactly right. As Sermon brings the troops back up to the line of scrimmage on his 2nd down and 8. Sebastian Esquivel in there now, slot left side. Stays in. The pass goes to Esquivel over the middle of the field. He's exciting when he's in the open field. Over the 40, short of the 45. And I think that'll be enough for another Panther first down up to the Wenatchee 44-yard line.
9 yards on that little pitch over the middle. There's a lot of traffic, a lot of bodies, a lot of garbage in there. Somehow Sermon is able to find his receiver and get 11 yards on the play.
And he stays perfect right in this first half.
Yep.
2 receivers right side this time. 1 receiver left. Sermon looks left. It's Obadiah Young. Makes a move at the 50. Nice move. 45, 40. He's got open field. He's going to go. There's the 20. The 10. Touchdown Panthers. 56 yards.
And if we have those stickers to put on the helmets, give another one to Chase Lloydhammer. He came back and made a block, took out 2 cadets that sprung him down the far sideline and all the way for the touchdown.
What a play for the Panthers. Up now 20-7 with 1:45 left to go here in the 2nd quarter. Speaking of athletic, just like Chelsea, Obadiah Young got the moves out there. Gonzalez now out for the point after try for the Panthers with Waterman holding.
We should say with Riley Coons out, the long snapper is Josiah Moore.
Snap, the hold is down, the kick is up, plenty of distance, and it's good. 1:45 left to go, 2nd quarter. Wenatchee 21, Eisenhower 7. We're back with more from the Apple Bowl in 60 seconds.
My name is Brian Thorpe. I own Global Car Care in Wenatchee and have been here for about 25 years.
Brian started Global Car Care as Brian's automotive alternative on Orondo Street.
Some customers were following Brian since Brian's automotive time.
No, we're just grateful to be part of this community. This is where I grew up. We want to do our part to be a valuable part of this community. We want to thank you for trusting our business for 25 years.
At Harvest Valley Pest Control, we know you are committed to making your home and business a healthy and pest-free place. Hi, I'm David. Give us a call and we'll give you a firm price over the phone and schedule a time that works for you. We will do an in-depth 30-point healthy home or business inspection and craft a customized plan of action designed specifically for your pest issue. Give us a call or visit our website today.
One minute, 45 seconds left to go before halftime. Gonzalez on to kick for the Panthers. They lead at 21-7. Keeps it on the ground here. Smith-Gary tries to corral it, does at the 6-yard line. Now really nowhere to go. Trying to find some room on the left side. Heads up the middle of the field. Flag comes down. And Obadiah, or I should say, Smith-Gary also goes down at about the 12-yard line.
He ran a long way just to get that 6-7 yards on the return.
Took kind of a funny bounce on him, didn't it?
And it will be a hold also on the return team. So they'll cut the distance in half back to the goal line there. So they'll have this ball at about their own 7-yard line. They only have 1 timeout left and not much time left on the clock.
So what do you do? What do you do, Eric?
Not the way the Cadets want to end this half, but you do have Malachi Spurrier out there. He's the 2nd leading receiver in the Big Nine for a reason, because you can get him behind somebody and he can light up the field. And
I would go deep. I would try at least 1 time downfield. Absolutely is right. But you don't want to waste all your downs, give Wenatchee enough time, and then you're punting deep in your own territory, too.
This is true. They do have the wind at their back here, so also take advantage of that while you got it.
By the way, Panthers scoring drive, 5 plays, 80 yards, 2 minutes, 11 seconds off the clock, 56-yard pass and catch. Obadiah Young from Camden Sermon, PAT good. We're at 21-7. Here's Corbray now, handoff Harrison.
I think shows what we know.
They take it easy up to the 15-yard line. Nice gain, though, about 8 yards for Harrison, just head down. And it looks like Ike content just to let this clock roll down. Minute 20 now left to go before halftime.
Second and short. This is where I'd toss it deep.
Perfect down and distance to do it right here.
Why not?
Corbray, and he can run too, keep in mind. He's going to hand it off to Harrison. I thought it might be play action there, but it wasn't. It is enough for a first down.
Shows you
only
why
2 yards.
We're up here calling the game, not trying to figure out what you're going to do.
We are. Tony Romo's job is safe.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
for sure.
Yeah, not Nostradamus up here. That's for sure.
First down and 10 now for the Cadets. Ball at their own 19-yard line. 54 seconds left to go before the break.
You can call me Nacho Edom.
Corbray the snap. He's looking left side. Now he's going to put it up in the air. Goes left
beautiful.
and out of bounds. Beautiful throw. Teague Gilman on the catch. That's a gain of about 7 along the sideline. Stops the clock with 40 seconds left. Corbray's throws a nice football for not playing quarterback much. Remember, he's a converted running back, but boy, can throw that football around. 5 touchdown passes so far on the season. 40 seconds left. Second down and 2 now for the Cadets. Corbray shotgun. Harrison with him in the backfield. Harrison the handoff, tries to break loose. He can't. Jelsing comes in and finishes him off.
Well, if you're Wenatchee, you got timeouts here. Do you use it?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Now we're at 26 seconds. Maybe you do. Camden Lloydhammer playing a good game on the tackle there. Now we're under 20 seconds. Look like both teams, they just want to go in and talk things over here. Third down and 2. Now 10 seconds left, and the Cadets are just going to let it go down to, no, they are going to get a playoff, it looks like here, with 4 seconds left. 2 receivers right side. This is where you got to be careful. Harrison on the handoff. Breaks the first tackle. It's a fumble. Jelsing picks it up. No time left on the clock. And that'll do it. For the Panthers on this drive. I mean, they picked it up, the fumble, but no time on the clock. And that brings up halftime here at Liebofto Field at the Apple Bowl. Game number 1 of the Big 9 season here. It's Wenatchee 21 and Eisenhower 7. Come on back, 2 minutes. We got your halftime stats and more right here on the NCW Life Channel.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires. You know, we've been helping keep folks safe on the road around here since 1952. That's why you can save up to $152 on a set of 4 select light truck and SUV tires during our fall tire sale. All with a service you deserve, but just don't find other places. Swing by or book an appointment at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
At Town Toyota, we believe in our community, and we're proud to support this broadcast of local sports. Town Toyota defines reliability and value in both its products and in the dealership itself. We are home to legendary products like the RAV4, Highlander, and Camry, not to mention Tundras and Tacoma trucks. Of course, we offer service for everything we sell, and a great selection of pre-owned and certified vehicles as well. So enjoy the game and visit Town Toyota for all your automotive needs.
When the people you serve are your friends and family, you see the world a bit differently. You understand that your survival depends on the health and strength of your relationships. Your word is your reputation, and that doing the right thing is the only way of life that matters. At Confluence Health, we remain humble. Trust is a gift that is earned, a privilege, an honor. And we remain grateful for the trust you place in our hands.
What's your auto mocha emergency?
It's a Frappuccino mocha with whip.
The espresso shakes are my most favorite because I can get any flavor. Peanut butter chocolate Frappuccino.
Definitely the espresso shakes.
My favorite is the mocha Frappitas.
A peach Red Bull. Grant Olson and Eric Granstrom back at the Apple Bowl. We're at halftime, and our halftime score, the Wenatchee Panthers 21 and the visiting Eisenhower Cadets 7. This is how we got to this score. The Panthers scored first on a Nate Blauman 17-yard run. That was a 5-play, 62-yard drive for the Panthers. A PAT by Gonzalez, good, and the Panthers led it 7-0. Just a couple of minutes later, Panthers had their second drive of the night and another scoring possession. Nate Blauman, a 7-yard touchdown run. That drive was 3 plays, 99 yards, highlighted by a 72-yard run by quarterback Camden Sermon to get the Panthers in great position to score there. The PAT also good, and the Panthers led it 14-0. Then the Cadets got on the board with 4:44 left to go in the first quarter. Jaden Corbray, a 1-yard touchdown run. Their point after try was good. That was an 8-play, 60-yard drive for the Cadets. The score after the PAT was good at 14-7. And then the Panthers on their fourth possession of the first half, a 5-play, 80-yard drive. They took 2 minutes and 11 seconds off the clock. A 56-yard catch from Camden Servant to Obadiah Young. The PAT good, and the Panthers led it 21-7, and that's where we ended the first half with our score, Wenatchee 21 and the Cadets 7. We will take another 2-minute timeout. We'll come back, and Eric Granstrom will have all your first half stats and more as we continue our broadcast tonight right here on the NCW Life Channel. We're back after this.
No calories, no sweeteners, all smiles. Bubbly sparkling water. Crack a smile.
Hi, I'm Ricardo, and this is Amanda, and we are from Impact Auto Sales,
where you can expect a hassle-free car buying experience. With our wide selection of used cars, trucks, and SUVs, let one of our friendly sales staff help you find the vehicle that fits your lifestyle. We have financing available for all credit types and great low rates for first-time buyers. Call us today at 888-8000 or stop by 3522 State Highway 97A in Wenatchee. Impact Auto Sales, where we strive to make an impact on your life and not your wallet.
JDSA Law is a proud sponsor of these local sports broadcasts. They've been serving North Central and Eastern Washington since 1946. For over 70 years, their team of dedicated professionals has delivered quality, innovative legal services. JDSA Law partners with you to provide the finest legal advice and support as you navigate your personal and business challenges, risks, and accomplishments. At JDSA Law, they salute our local athletes and wish them well on another excellent season of competition.
Welcome back once again here to Lee Bofto Field at the Apple Bowl, where the Wenatchee Panthers lead the Eisenhower Cadets 21-7 here at halftime. Eric Granstrom and Grant Olson with you as the Golden Apple Marching Band entertains the crowd here at halftime. Let's get to the rundown on the first half statistics. First of all, for the Eisenhower Cadets, they're led on the ground by Harrison. Timothy Harrison with 10 carries and 32 yards in that first half. His last carry, however, a fumble picked up by J.J. Jelsing. Also, Corbray with 3 carries and 13 yards, and Smith Gary with 2 carries for 9 yards. Total in the first half, 15 rushes for 54 yards on the ground for the Eisenhower Cadets. Meanwhile, through the air, Jaden Corbray had a good start in the first quarter, but things cooled off in the second. He finishes the half 8 of 14 for 71 yards. He was intercepted by Esquivel here in the game tonight. The only touchdown on the first half for the Ike Cadets by Corbray on the ground from a yard out. His first rushing touchdown of the season. Receiving totals here in that first half. Spurrier with 2 catches for 24. So if you're Coach Scott Devereaux and your defense, you got to be pretty happy about holding him in check so far. Smith Gary with 1 catch for 1. Gilman with 3 catches for 36. And Stephen Abb with 2 catches for 11. No penalties in that first half for the Ike Cadets. The total 8 of 14 for 71 yards through the air, 54 yards on the ground. That's 125 yards of total offense in that first half of play. Meanwhile, for the Wenatchee Panthers, it was a big first half for Camden Sermon. And we'll have to keep a check on this and maybe see if we can reach out. I don't know if Bruce Bennett is in the crowd here anywhere, but he is the master statistician as far as Wenatchee High School is concerned. I don't know that there's ever been a Panther quarterback in a football game to be perfect in the game, throwing more than 10 passes. Right now, Camden Sermon 11 for 11 for 159 yards and a touchdown here on the night. On the ground, Sermon has 2 carries and 67 yards, 72 of that on 1 carry in that first half. Blauman, 9 carries and 88 yards. They've done the damage on the ground here for the Panthers, so a total of 155 yards rushing, 159 passing. That's 314 yards of offense in the first half. Receiving-wise, the Sermon has been able to find, 6 different receivers here tonight. Jelsing with 3 catches for 24. Amezcua 1 for 15. Young 2 for 66 and a big touchdown pass to reception tonight. Blauman 3 for 20. Lloydhammer 1 for 23. And Sebastian Esquivel 1 for 11. So he's spreading the ball around, and so far perfect in this first half. The Panthers' only negative in that first half is the penalties. 3 penalties and 20 yards in the first half. Again, 314 yards of total offense. We'll come back with more here at halftime, but first let me remind you that our broadcast is brought to you in part by Town Toyota, your automotive home to quality and reliability in North Central Washington. Automoca, visit one of their 6 locations in the valley, including the only Automoca with inside seating on 5th Street across from the college. What's your Automoca emergency? And JDSA Attorneys, delivering quality and innovative legal services to North Central Washington since 1946, online at jdsalaw.com. And by Weinstein Beverage Company, a family-owned business proud to support local high school teams. Find them on Facebook, follow them on Instagram. They're also on the web at weinsteinbeverage.com. More from halftime here at the Apple Bowl, where the Panthers lead the Cadets 21-7. We're back with more after this.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you get 35 years of experience and customer service in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's friendly staff strongly believe in repairing before replacing and service all major brands of HVAC units. Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning is your local, independent, trained comfort specialists, proudly serving all of North Central Washington. Call 884-6444 today.
My name is Brian Thorpe. I own Global Car Care in Wenatchee and have been here for about 25 years.
Brian started Global Car Care as Brian's automotive alternative on Orondo Street.
Some customers were following Brian since Brian's automotive time.
No, we're just grateful to be part of this community. This is where I grew up. We want to do our part to be a valuable part of this community. We want to thank you for trusting our business for 25 years.
Highlander Golf Course is proud to announce their 2 new state-of-the-art full-swing golf simulators with over 80 courses of virtual golf to choose from year-round. Or try their Laser Shot simulated firearm program, or gaming with football, basketball, and much more. Enjoy Highlander food and drink service from their full-service bar and grill in the comfort of their simulator room. Call the Highlander Pro Shop to book your time at 884-4653. That's 884-4653.
JDSA Law is a proud sponsor of these local sports broadcasts. They've been serving North Central and Eastern Washington since 1946. For over 70 years, their team of dedicated professionals has delivered quality, innovative legal services. JDSA Law partners with you to provide the finest legal advice and support as you navigate your personal and business challenges, risks, and accomplishments. At JDSA Law, they salute our local athletes and wish them well on another excellent season of competition.
Welcome back, everyone. Grant Olson along with the NCW Live Sports Director, Eric Granstrom. Our halftime score is 21-7. The Panthers lead it over the Eisenhower Cadets. And, Eric, you and I were just talking, and this could be worse, really. The Panthers fumbled. Really the only mark on this first half by the Panthers. And, as you mentioned, a few of those penalties, too. But we could be seeing a 28-7 ball game right now. Panthers deep in Ike territory when they fumbled.
Really could. If you're the Panther coaching staff, you got to be pretty happy with how things went in that first half, unless, you know, what you talked about with the turnover there. But as far as Nate Blauman and the offensive line, they're blocking their hinds end off here in this first half of play. You've kept Malachi Spurrier in check for the most part, just a couple of catches in that first half of play. So you got to be, oh, by the way, hi, everybody. They're checking in on us at one of the cameras here, so hello. But it's one of those games so far where if you're the Panthers, pretty much the script, really. The only, I guess, gaffes you will, I mean, Ike was able to move the ball a little bit on the ground, a little bit through the air, but you still got pressure on their quarterback. You're still making sure tackles. They could have cleaned up a couple of tackles in that first half of play, but you got to be happy and you got to be eager to come out here and have a positive play in the second half.
And I really like the way the Panthers offense is spreading it around a little bit. Camden Sermon, as you mentioned, perfect on the first half through the air, and they're also getting nice swing passes out to Blauman in the flat, using Jelsing in the flat a little bit. And the way Sermon is throwing that ball downfield, especially over the middle, has been very impressive here in the first half.
And how about, you know, we had the injury to Riley Coons, not available here tonight. We hope that he's available as the season progresses for Wenatchee. You just don't know with a hyperextended knee and knees, you know, you just never know how they're going to react. But Chase Lloydhammer coming out, or excuse me, Camden Lloydhammer coming out here as a sophomore. He had a couple of reps in practice yesterday as a tight end, and he gets in here tonight and makes a great play on a catch down the seam, and was able to get big yardage on it. And I'll tell you what, also defensively, the Lloydhammer brothers are having a great game here tonight.
They're so strong. Yeah. They're both so strong. They're tall, lanky players, and they just have a great grip once they get a hold of it. You mentioned Bruce Bennett earlier, Eric, statistician extraordinaire.
Absolutely.
This is the 57th contest tonight between Ike and Wenatchee. They first started playing back in 1964. This is all according to Bruce in his Bruce report, by the way. The Panthers lead the series 31-24 and one tie since 1964. Wenatchee has won 7 of the last 8 and 8 of the last 10. Last year, Wenatchee won down in Yakima at Zeffel Stadium 14-0. So thanks for Bruce, as always, for those great stats.
Always on the historical perspective, and that's one thing we were kind of teasing a little bit here, as we don't know of a quarterback in a Wenatchee uniform that's been perfect in a game when throwing more than 10 passes. Right now, Camden Sermon, 11 for 11 for 159 yards. Of course, you hate to mention that. That's like talking about a perfect game or a no-hitter before it's actually done. So
that's when you see the pitcher go in the dugout and nobody gets near him.
We probably just jinxed him. Yeah.
All right, we'll take another 2-minute timeout. Stay with us. Come on back. We have the second half ready for you here on the NCW Life Channel. Our score at the break is Wenatchee 21 and Eisenhower 7. Once again, we're back in 2 minutes. Stay with us.
At Harvest Valley Pest Control, we know you are committed to making your home and business a healthy and pest-free place. Hi, I'm David. Give us a call and we'll give you a firm price over the phone and schedule a time that works for you. We will do an in-depth 30-point healthy home or business inspection and craft a customized plan of action designed specifically for your pest issue. Give us a call or visit our website today.
At Town Toyota, we believe in our community, and we're proud to support this broadcast of local sports. Town Toyota defines reliability and value in both its products and in the dealership itself. We are home to legendary products like the RAV4, Highlander, and Camry, not to mention Tundras and Tacoma trucks. Of course, we offer service for everything we sell, and a great selection of pre-owned and certified vehicles as well. So enjoy the game and visit Town Toyota for all your automotive needs.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires. You know, we've been helping keep folks safe on the road around here since 1952. That's why you can save up to $152 on a set of 4 select light truck and SUV tires during our fall tire sale, all with a service you deserve but just don't find other places. Swing by or book an appointment at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
All right, we're back to the Apple Bowl. Grant Olson and Eric Granstrom. It will be Eisenhower's football to begin this second half. And Eric, you just mentioned that Wenatchee will give Ike the win. They do have the choice of what end they want to play from this time, and this half, I should say. And they will, I think it's smart this quarter to give Ike the win and then make him go against the wind in case it becomes a close game. Then they're fighting the wind in the fourth quarter.
And then if it comes down to a kick, you're kicking into the wind.
Absolutely.
For that entire frame. Our broadcast tonight on the NCW Live Channel brought to you in part by Harvest Valley Pest Control. You can rest assured Harvest Valley Pest Control uses kid and pet safe, boy, I got to put a separation in that, pet safe material around your home or office. Call today for your free estimate. Also by Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, your comfort trained specialist specializing in commercial and residential HVAC systems, online at dicksheatingwenatchee.com. Should mention this is the first of 2 games back-to-back tonight and tomorrow here on the NCW Live Channel. We'll have Eastmont and West Valley, a Spokane battle of undefeateds tomorrow night at Wildcat Stadium. I am kind of upset that I'm not going to be there.
That's going to be great. 2A school, West Valley powerhouse, ranked in the top 10 right now, taking on an undefeated Eastmont team. Looking forward to that and looking forward to the second half. And we are underway here from the Apple Bowl. Gonzalez going to keep it on the ground. Smith Gary picks it up at about the 13-yard line, makes a move, but goes nowhere across the 20. And he's down at the 23-yard line.
Tristan Plott corralled him there. Good choice by the Panther coaching staff. You got a stiff breeze in your face. You get a guy that can return it back there. Why give him the ball easily, squib it on the ground, and make him earn it the hard way?
Well, that's exactly what I would do too, Eric. Two turnovers for this offense in the first half. An interception on the first drive. Eric talked about that at halftime, and then a fumble right before halftime. So 2 turnovers on 4 drives for the Cadets and 1 touchdown, that being on their second drive of the first half. Here's Corbet back at quarterback. Corbray, Jaden, at senior, with the running back Harrison behind him, the big one, 6'1", 195, and Harrison gets the handoff to start the second half. Nowhere to go. Once again across the 23, about to the line of scrimmage.
Great play by Silas St. John. We've seen him a few times in this game, Grant. He's able to shoot the gap there. He had the running back and was able to hold up the leg enough to get some help from his teammates to bring him down for a loss of 1 on the play.
I think Silas St. John, he's only a sophomore, Eric, has really been the defensive player for the Panthers of that first half. We called his name a lot, and he was in on a lot of plays.
He did.
No gain on first down, brings up second down and 10, make it second down and 11 for the Cadets. Ball at their own 22-yard line. Corbray with Smith Gary in the backfield. Play action, nice play to get in the face of Corbray, and then a big tackle on a reception out to the 35. That ball was thrown well by Corbray and into the hands of T. Gilman, the sophomore receiver.
Jelsing on the big hit there and stuck him to the turf, but not before they get to, 12 yards
about
on
14,
the game?
Actually, 14, yeah, okay. Up to the 36-yard line. Another nice throw, wasn't it, by Corbray? As he gives Ike some breathing room now, out to the 36-yard line. Smith Gary stays in the backfield along with Corbray and shotgun. The handoff goes to Smith Gary, lowers his head at the line of scrimmage, then he's wrestled down to the ground by the Panthers' Cass Sim, the 6'2", 235-pound junior.
Yeah, and I wondered if he was going to get up after that play. As the tackle was being made by Cass Sim, Paco Sanchez was tied up on a block over there, and they just careened into his back of his legs. Looks like he's going to be okay, but he'll come out for a snap here.
See so many injuries happen that way, too.
Yep. 12 carries and 33 yards for Harrison so far tonight.
Gain of 2 brings up second down and 8 now for the Cadets.
Jorge Garcia, the tailback on this one.
First time we've seen him in the backfield. Corbray back to pass. Panthers blitzing and under pressure. Corbray gets hit as he lets go of it. Smith-Gary, the intended receiver, goes incomplete in front of the Panther bench. And out of bounds, brings up 3rd down and 8. Good penetration by the Panthers D-line.
Well, good chase along the line of scrimmage by Camden Lloydhammer to keep an eye on that quarterback. But if I'm the Jaden Corbray on that play, I got a lot of green grass. I think I can probably get around Lloydhammer on that play. The receiver double covered downfield. I think you run that rather than try to throw it.
And he's a former running back area. Good, Eric, good point. 4 receivers. First time we've seen this tonight. 2 on each side of Corbray. With, it looks like, Garcia still in the backfield. Big rush by Lloydhammer, passes downfield and almost caught. I think he did catch it, and Jelsing, I think, is going to get called for interference anyway at the 30-yard line. How about that? Wing it up, and Spurrier comes down with it.
How about that play? He had 5 steps on Jelsing, beat him at the line of scrimmage, and the ball caught juggling down at the 30-yard line. The pass interference going to be waved off here, and the big reception by Spurrier. We talked about it. You got to get your best guys involved, and Eisenhower goes at him there and comes up with a great catch despite the interference by Jelsing.
Big 33-yard play, and Eric, the coverage by Jelsing really wasn't all that bad. He had pretty good coverage there up until the very end. And the Cadets now back in business with 10 minutes left in this 3rd quarter on the Panther 30-yard line. Garcia once again at running back. Pass comes out to Spurrier. I think he heard footsteps and dropped that one. Kind of short-armed it at the 32, and it drops to the turf incomplete.
Had Jelsing right there coming at him. Also, Dawson Pike was flowing in. So probably the decision, good one there. I'll drop that and live another day.
I think so, too. Jelsing maybe with a little chip on his shoulder, too, after allowing that long pass play.
Well, you know, that pass play, going back to that, I think the fact that the ball was underthrown helped in that situation to draw the pass interference, because Jelsing's just trying to run downfield and didn't know that ball was underthrown so badly.
2nd and 10, Cadets at the Panther 30-yard line. Corbray shotgun. This is a quarterback draw, planned run this time. And Corbray gets up to the 25-yard line, gain of about 5, and a nice defensive play by the Panthers' Dawson Pike.
Well, you wondered in that first half why they didn't do that more, and we thought maybe we'd see a little bit more of that here in the second half. You got a former tailback who's your quarterback now and gets 5 yards on that. He is quick, and he does have some moves, so why not try that?
And possibly, Eric, they may not have a backup that can play quarterback, so they don't want to get him hurt, so they're going to keep him back there just throwing the football. 3rd down, 5 Cadets. 9:19 left, 3rd quarter. Garcia stays in the backfield. And Corbray's going to roll to his left this time. He's got a receiver over there, and it's caught at the 15. Beautiful play, 5. Spurrier spins. He can't get in the end zone. Amezcua holds him up at about the 2. And it'll be 1st and goal, Cadets. Nice play. All the way down almost to the Panther goal line.
23 yards on that pass play to Spurrier. He did a lot of that on his own, making guys miss, spinning away from tackles, almost got himself into the end zone. 1st and goal for the Cadets from the 2.
This has been an impressive drive to begin this 3rd quarter for the Cadets, a drive that began all the way back at their own 23-yard line. 2 receivers left side, 1 to the right. Garcia stays in the backfield. This is a planned quarterback draw again. Corbray into the end zone. Touchdown, Cadets.
2nd touchdown of the night for Corbray. His 2nd rushing touchdown of the season. 5 carries, 20 yards now. And just like that, we have a game here, Grant.
What an impressive drive by the Cadets. 77 yards on that drive to begin this quarter. And that's how you shut up the home crowd too, Eric, and especially when you're down by 2 touchdowns. All right, 8:47 left in the 3rd.
These extra points have been an interesting adventure for the Cadets so far through 3 games. We'll see if they shore things up on the line blocking this time around.
Thomas Opplinger on to do the kicking. Good hold. It's down. Not much height on that kick, but it does go over the crossbar, and it's good. 8:47 left to go, 3rd quarter. We've got a ball game. It's Wenatchee 21 and Eisenhower 14. We're back to the Apple Bowl in 30 seconds.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you get 35 years of experience and customer service in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's friendly staff strongly believe in repairing before replacing and service all major brands of HVAC units. Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning is your local, independent, trained comfort specialists, proudly serving all of North Central Washington. Call 884-6444 today.
That scoring drive for Eisenhower, 8 plays, 77 yards, took 3 minutes, 9 seconds off the clock. 2-yard touchdown run by quarterback Jaden Corbray, the PAT good. And we've got a 1-touchdown game now, 21-14.
Well, let's see what the Panthers do on their first possession of the second half, going into the teeth of a stiff breeze here at the Apple Bowl tonight.
Opplinger will kick it off. Jelsing, Esquivel, and Blauman back deep for the Panthers. Looks like this will be Jelsing this time. Takes it at the 5-yard line. Comes up the middle of the field, wants to the left side, then goes back up the middle. No room there. Still on his feet. No whistle. He's still on his feet. Up to the 30, 31. And that was just determination there. They're going to give him the 31-yard line when he should have been down at about the 22.
Good heads-up play by Jelsing. He was taken down, but he wasn't touching the ground. He was on top of a cadet. As long as that ball carrier doesn't actually touch 3 points on the ground, he's not down. And a good heads-up play there on the return out to the 31-yard line.
So can the Panthers offense answer here now on their first possession of the second half? Ike, a big, long drive to cut this lead to 1 touchdown. Sermon, the shotgun, handoff goes to Blauman. He was caught in the backfield, does manage to maybe get a yard. As Paco Sanchez had him in the backfield, but with that strength of Blauman, I think he at least got back to the original line of scrimmage, no gain.
Paco Sanchez on the offensive side was that tight end on the blocking play where he had a bunch of bodies roll up on the back of his legs. Obviously healthy there to make
Good
that
to see
stop
him back
for no gain on the play.
A Mezcua in motion this time. Sermon rolls to his right, looks that way, has a man downfield. It's Jelsing at the 40. Jelsing to the middle of the field. He's got speed now, 45-50. Wants a block downfield. Smart play by Young just to get out of the way, and Jelsing pushed out of bounds at the Ike 35-yard line.
34 yards on that play. And again, I got to go back to the line of scrimmage. Block, pancake, Andy Jimenez took a guy down that was coming in on a blitz, picked him up, and squashed him to allow that play to occur.
I just think this offensive line by the Panthers has been dominating here tonight. And a big gain for Wenatchee to answer Ike's long drive, now at the Eisenhower 35-yard line. Sermon, whistle sounds, a flag comes down, and I think we've got some movement. It might have been Esquivel moving into the slot. Obadiah Young and Mezcua already in that slot. Not sure what that call would be. Unless Esquivel just moved a little bit to cause that false start.
Yeah, I didn't see it. That's the fourth penalty against the Panthers for 25 yards in the game. Eisenhower, no penalties in the game so far.
That's pretty unbelievable.
Well, and considering the games we've done so far this season on the NCW Life Channel, it's been a flag fest.
One game, 34 penalties, right?
Yeah.
Hand off, Blauman, big hole, left side. Once again, the line does its job. What a move by Blauman, 30, 25, 20, almost a horse collar as Blauman gets pushed out at the Eisenhower 21-yard line.
How about that play
19
right there?
yards on that run.
Blauman now, let's see, 17. He's over 100 yards on the night on that carry. He's got 107 yards on 11 carries. And again, the offensive line getting him started, and he just needs a little bit of a gap, and he's so slippery when he runs the football.
Already the leader in the Big Nine and rushing, 40 carries, 332 yards coming into this game, an 8-yard average and 4 touchdowns for Blauman. He's going to add to that tonight. First and 10, Wenatchee. A Mezcua in motion, handoff Blauman, left side, cuts it back up, middle of the field again, makes a move, gets all the way down to the 11-yard line, and that'll be awfully close, a little bit short to another Panther first down.
Sophomore Mason Moore was trying to get out in front of him as he pulled from the right, came back left to block in front of Blauman. Blauman didn't give him a chance. He ran right by him and ran right into the hands of the cadets. But a gain of 9, almost 10 yards. They're going to say 10 yards at a first down for Wenatchee.
Boy, it was that close, though. It really was. And Blauman adding to his totals. The last 3 plays for the Panthers now, 34 yards, 19 yards, and 10 yards.
Chunk,
Right.
chunk, gulp, TD. Let's see.
1st and 10 at the 12. The Panthers can get a first down without scoring a touchdown here. Blauman's going to try the right side this time. Cuts it back up middle of the field. Into the end zone. Is he in?
Yep.
Touchdown, Panthers.
Trey Jagler with a good block up front, and Andy Jimenez in there as well for Wenatchee. The rest was all Nate Blauman, determined to get it in. He does from 11 yards out, scores his 3rd touchdown of the night.
Very impressive answer by the Wenatchee Panthers on that drive after Ike went all the way down the field to begin the second half and scored a touchdown. Panthers come right back and score one of their own as Gonzalez now in for the extra point try. Hold is down, the kick is up. Gonzalez has a leg on him. It's up and good. 6:54 left to go, 3rd quarter. It's Wenatchee 27 and Eisenhower, or 28 rather, and Eisenhower 14. We're back to the field in 30 seconds.
My name is Brian Thorpe. I own Global Car Care in Wenatchee and have been here for about 25 years.
Brian started Global Car Care as Brian's automotive alternative on Orondo Street.
Some customers were following Brian since Brian's automotive time.
No, we're just grateful to be part of this community. This is where I grew up. We want to do our part to be a valuable part of this community. We want to thank you for trusting our business for 25 years.
All right, Wenatchee Panther drives, 5 plays, 69 yards. Eric mentioned it was a quick one, only took 1:47 off the clock. Nate Blauman, 12-yard touchdown run. Gonzalez point after good, and our score now 28-14 with 6:54 left in the 3rd quarter. Once again, Gonzalez a squib kick downfield, but Smith-Gary has a running start this time. Gets to the 25 and then tackled down. A nice play and way to stick with it for the Panthers. Number 14, the kicker, Cesar Gonzalez. He was not letting go of that guy. Now he got a tackle in the game.
Hey, how about that? You got to be, you know, if you're out there with a helmet on, you got to be a player. And he was there, all 5'10", 160 pounds, the kicker. Hey, he's got a tackle on the night. Our broadcast tonight brought to you by Global Car Care, quality repair, auto repair facility with highly trained technicians. Celebrating 25 years in the car care business, they speak your car's language at 1840 North Wenatchee Avenue. Also by Confluence Health, dedicated to improve their patients' health with safe, high-quality care in 12 communities throughout North Central Washington.
1st down and 10 Cadets is Corbray. Jaden Corbray, the senior, brings his offense out onto the field. Harrison, by the way, back in there at running back, the big 200-pound senior. And that move by the Panthers once again, the rolling lineman got the lineman of the Cadets to jump offside, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty to start this drive.
Yep, Jacob Urquhart, the I want to move. He's the right guard on that side, just couldn't hold up. First penalty against Ike on the night.
Pretty impressive. 1st down and 15 now, Cadets. Corbray back to pass, has a receiver down the middle. Smith-Gary wide open. Obadiah Young is going to try and catch him along the sideline. 20, 15, cuts back upfield. Esquivel gets him down at the 6-yard line. About a 70-yard gain right there down to the Panther 5-yard line.
We had a flag down on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is here, and it's against Wenatchee. I thought they might try to call a hold or a pass interference on the play. They're going to negate the penalty, and it will be a 1st down and goal from the 6-yard line on a hefty chunk of real estate gained by Eisenhower on one play.
If they mark it at the 6, it is at the 5, so that's a 70-yard gain from the 25-yard line. What a drive, what a play by Ike, and they are back in business again. Every time they get down by 2 touchdowns, they strike, and they did so right here. 1st down and goal now for the Cadets. Corbray handoff Harrison over the left side, has room, doesn't quite get to the goal line, but awfully close down to the 1.
Did I see a flag come in too? Maybe not.
4-yard gain. And that'll bring up 2nd down and goal now for Ike.
That was Harrison on that carry there.
It was.
Okay.
Ball is spotted right at the 1-yard line. Will Corbray just keep it, or will he give it to his big 195-pound running back as he moves now to the right side? Corbray hands it off to Harrison. He's going to get hit in the backfield for a loss. Good penetration by Tucker and the Panther defense that time to move Corbray back, or Harrison back a yard.
You know, there's one thing, Grant, that we haven't talked a lot about, but we should for the Wenatchee Panthers defensively as their linebacking crew. Silas St. John, Jax Tucker, Ty Waterman, Tristan Plock rotating in there. They've done a great job this season and again here tonight.
They're a solid unit for sure. 3rd down and goal now from the 2-yard line on that 1-yard loss. Corbray in the backfield shotgun. Here's that quarterback sneak up the middle. Touchdown, Cadets.
3rd rushing touchdown of the night for Corbray. So he didn't get to play his running back position and get into the end zone as much as he hoped a year ago because of a broken hand. He comes out here tonight and scores 3 touchdowns on the ground against the Panthers.
And they've all been just shorties too. 1-yard run, 2-yard run, and here a 2-yard run once again. Oplinger on for the point after try with 5:29 left to go. That was a quick drive for the Cadets to answer that Panther touchdown. We have a shootout here in the second half. Here's the kick. Little bit more air under that one, and it's good. So 5:29 left to go now, 3rd quarter. We've got a ball game. It's the Wenatchee Panthers 28 and the Eisenhower Cadets 21. We're back here in 30 seconds. Stay with us.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires. You know, we've been helping keep folks safe on the road around here since 1952. That's why you can save up to $152 on a set of 4 select light truck and SUV tires during our fall tire sale. All with a service you deserve, but just don't find other places. Swing by or book an appointment at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
5 minutes, 29 seconds left to go, 3rd quarter. That scoring drive for the Cadets, 4 plays, 70 yards. Only took a minute 18 off the clock. Corbray a 2-yard run. Oplinger, the point after attempt, good. And we're now at 28-21. We thought the Panthers drive was quick at a minute 47. This beat it, Eric.
Jaden Corbray on the night, 12 of 20 for 216 yards. Of course, he's had a few big gulps in that, including 70 yards on that pass play that set up the touchdown run for Corbray. 3 scores on the ground tonight for the Cadets.
First 2 possessions of the second half, 2 touchdowns for Ike. The Panthers have had it once here in the 3rd quarter, also a touchdown. Can the Panthers now answer once again? Here's Jelsing on the kickoff, tries the outside, stiff arm, gets hit out of bounds, and then drugged down out of bounds. No flag there. That's football. Do you like the commentary there, Eric?
That was good.
Ball's at the 24-yard line. I should say the 29-yard line. And the Panthers will start there. It started at their last possession at their own 31 and went all the way down the field in 5 plays.
I like our crew tonight, our officiating crew. They're doing some preventative officiating. They're talking a lot to the players out there and don't want to get too many flags involved with this. Mike Penning is our referee. Ray Snook is our umpire. Nathan Hahn, the head linesman. Line judge is Jeff Graham, and the back judge, Dennis Brandstetter.
Doing a nice job tonight. They really are. Panthers in a different formation here, trips right, and they're just going to let Sermon run it with all kinds of blockers in front of him. There's Blauman out ahead. There's Sermon, look at him go! 50-yard line, 45, down the sideline, and finally pushed out at the Eisenhower 41. A run for Sermon. 29 yards on that carry. That's the way you start a drive right there for the Panthers, all the way into Cadet territory now at the 41-yard line.
Yeah, like you said, they like to crowd inside. They bring those backers up to the line of scrimmage. They keep their middle backers in tight inside the tackles. So a great look for Wenatchee there. You said we hadn't seen it yet. Big gain for Sermon.
He's got some speed, too. Wheels there for Sermon. Handoff this time, Blauman up the middle, runs over a player. and almost gets to the Eisenhower 35-yard line. Stopped just short at about the 36 after a 5-yard carry.
14 carries, 133 yards for Nate Blauman here tonight, as they get about 5 on that particular gain. And it looked like there was a man missed up front on the offensive blocking. We haven't been able to see that too many times tonight, but Blauman made that defender pay for it by running right over the top of him.
It almost could have been worse for that defender.
Watch Sermon keep it left here.
Same formation as the past run from Sermon, and he's going to do it again. Left side, he's got lead blocker is Blauman. 35, 30, lowers his head, and he's knocked out of bounds at the 31, very close to a Panther first down.
Going to be awfully close.
Needed 6 yards, and I think they're going to move him forward, and they're going to give him the first down.
Yep.
So the Panthers move the chains. The ball is spotted at the Ike 31-yard line. 4 minutes, 13 seconds left to go in this third quarter.
By the way, Sermon tonight, 4 carries, 102 yards. Of course, he got 72 on his first carry of the ball game.
What a ground attack for the Panthers here tonight. We get to 4 minutes now left in this fast-moving ball game from the Apple Bowl. Great to have you along on this Thursday night.
235 yards on the ground tonight for Wenatchee. We're still in the third quarter.
3 receivers split out this formation. Sermon wants timeout. Didn't like what he's seen out there. Was trips right. He's going to come and talk it over on the Panther sideline. 3 minutes, 47 seconds left to go third quarter. Wenatchee 28, Eisenhower 21. We're back in 30 seconds.
No calories, no sweeteners, all smiles. Bubbly sparkling water. Crack a smile.
Winding down the third quarter here from the Apple Bowl. 3 minutes, 47 seconds left to go. Panthers facing a first down and 10 at the Eisenhower 31-yard line. Both teams have scored on all their possessions so far in this second half. The Panthers trying to make it 2 for 2 themselves. In motion, Jelsing, he gets the handoff quickly, 30-yard line, lowers his head, 25 rather, and gets knocked down at the Wenatchee 22-yard line. Just a yard short of a first down, 9 yards on that handoff to J.J. Jelsing. I like that play.
Oh, just like we talked about with Eisenhower getting their athletes involved in the offense somehow or another, getting the ball to him. Love getting J.J. Jelsing the ball. If you can't get it to him through the air, have him run it on the ground. Why not? 9 yards on that first carry.
Got to have your athletes touching that football. Exactly right. The Panthers facing a second down and short now. You can kind of open up the playbook, and now another timeout by Sermon. Not sure what the confusion could possibly be. The setup out there.
Alex Dorton out there as a tight end, I believe. We mentioned Riley Coons out of the lineup here tonight. They were going with a 2 tight end set, so they had Dorton out there along with Camden Lloydhammer. Little miscommunication on how to line up on that second and short. So better to take a timeout than have something disastrous happen. Our broadcast tonight here on the NCW Live Channel brought to you by Les Schwab Tire Center. Go online to leschwab.com. Find a tire store near you. Be sure to check out their fall tire sale going on now. Also by Biosports Physical Therapy. Find them online at biosports.net. Open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Could be important also, Eric. 1 timeout left now for the Panthers, and we're close right now. 1 touchdown ball game, 28-21. Second down and 1 for Wenatchee out of the timeout. Blauman in the backfield for the Panthers. Also, as Eric mentioned, Alex Dorton in there at tight end. Handoff and a pass over to Dorton at the 20-yard line. He has a first down. Flag is down. 15. Dorton gets wrestled out of bounds on the Ike sideline right at the 15-yard line. That's a 7-yard gain if it stands. Panthers only needed a yard.
I think they're going to get a hold in the backfield after the fake to Blauman. I think they're going to get Blauman with a hold in the backfield on that little delay play after the play action to Blauman. Then the pass out of the backfield to Dorton. Good play call, well designed.
It was, it really was.
Got good yardage. Unfortunately, going to come back on the hold.
Penalty comes right at 3 minutes left to go in this third quarter. Penalties have been very lopsided here tonight.
5 penalties, 35 yards for the Panthers here unofficially so far in this game. Meanwhile, just the 1 penalty for 5 yards for Eisenhower. So all things considered, it's been a light, hanky night, Grant.
Sure has, and that makes for a nice football game, doesn't it?
It does.
2nd down and 15 now. 2nd down and 14, actually. Ball was at the 35-yard line. Blauman shotgun with Blauman, or I should say Sermon rather, with Blauman in the backfield. Blitz, and that's the time that Blauman could get sprung, and he is sprung. 30, 25, all the way down into the 21-yard line. Might give him the 20.
I think got enough for a first down there. They'll chalk it up at the stripe, and that should give him a first down.
Boy, needed 14. What do you get? 15 there. Blauman keeps adding to that rushing total tonight, and he's going to be still the king of rushing in the Big Nine unless somebody has a amazing night tonight around the league. So
tomorrow, it's a Thursday night. They're the only team playing tonight. I asked Coach Devereaux, I said, you got a Friday night off. What are you going to do? You going to stay home? Going to take the wife out to the movies? No, he's going to go watch Eastmont play West Valley.
And I have a feeling Eastmont's here watching Wenatchee tonight. Here's Blauman up the middle. He's got room again. 10-5. Keeps his feet. Can't get in, though, as he is knocked down at the 1-yard line. And that, again, a 20-yard run for Blauman. It looked like it was nothing, too, right, Eric? It might have been 6-7 yards. Here it is, 20 for Blauman.
To 168 yards rushing for Nate Blauman here tonight, having a career night for the Panthers as that offensive line just continues to blow holes for him. And the Panthers taking advantage of that aggressive defensive play calling by Eisenhower. They come with a blitz. They run right where they're blitzing from and run right by him.
A lot of times it's a matter of timing, isn't it? You're calling the right play when you think they're going to blitz, so you're gambling. All right, 1st and goal. Panthers from the 1-yard line. Blauman runs it in across the goal line. Touchdown, Panthers. Blauman again. 4 touchdowns in the ball game tonight for Nate Blauman, and the Panthers go back on top by 2 touchdowns.
I'm honestly in shock about how much scoring there's happening here tonight, Grant. I thought the Panthers would take care of business here tonight. They are so far, but oh my gosh, the points on the board.
It's amazing, and both teams 2 for 2 now on both their drives in this second half. Kick is up by Gonzalez. It's good. And with 2:37 left to go here in this score fest of a third quarter, it's Wenatchee 35 and Ike 21. We're back in 30 seconds.
What's your Automocha emergency?
It's a Frappuccino mocha with whip.
The espresso shakes are my most favorite because I can get any flavor. Peanut butter chocolate for pita.
Definitely espresso shakes.
My favorite is the mocha for pitas.
A peach Red Bull.
Two minutes, 37 seconds left to go third quarter. Here's Gonzalez to kick it off after that Panther touchdown. Short kick. It does bounce the Panthers' way, but right into the hands of an Ike player, an up player who has a pretty good return, Jason Poteet, a senior, who brings it all the way up to the Ike 36-yard line. Panthers, by the way, 6 plays, 71 yards on that drive, 2 minutes, 45 seconds. Nate Blauman, his 4th touchdown of the night, a 2-yard run. The point after try, good by Gonzalez, and the Panthers lead it 35-21.
Little Bo Teets sat down in seats, and here came a football beside him, decided to return it. He got it upfield, and that's where they'll start on the 36.
Wow, you're so good, Eric. It's not fair for the rest of us. First down 10, ball at the 36-yard line. Once again, Corbray. He hands it off to Harrison, gets caught in the backfield. That'll be about a 3-yard loss.
Camden Lloydhammer again.
What a game he's had.
The gap up front. 6'3", 210 pounds. Sophomore, ladies and gentlemen, coming through with yet another tackle for a loss.
Officially 2-yard loss on that play. Brings up a 2nd down and 12 for the Cadets. Ball now at their own 34-yard line as we approach 2 minutes left to go here in this third quarter. Panthers up by 2 touchdowns. Corbray claps his hands in shotgun. Looks like Garcia back in there, running back behind him. Corbray looks right, goes left instead, no time, and he is sacked all the way back at the Ike 25-yard line.
Big sack for the defense for the Wenatchee Panthers. Trey Jagla getting in there on the stop. He got some help from Lloyd Hammer as the two combine on the sack. Loss all the way back to the 26-yard line. Third and forever coming up for the Cadets.
2 plays, -2 and -9 now for Ike on this possession as we dip below a minute and a half left to go in this third quarter. Brings up 3rd down and 21 for Eisenhower. 2 receivers right side, 2 to the left. Harrison, the lone running back behind Corbray. The pass wide open downfield. The catch made at the 40 and up to about the 43-yard line. A nice catch by Stephen Abb. But it will be short of a first down and bring up 4th down. Ike just 3 yards to go. Looks like they're going to hurry up and get to the line of scrimmage and try and maybe catch Wenatchee off guard here.
Well, they got 22 on that one. 4th and 4 coming up.
Big play here in this game. Corbray in shotgun. Are they trying to draw Wenatchee off? And it looks like the Panthers get them to draw off, or to move, I should say. And that'll be a false start on Ike, and that'll change their plan as the punting unit now comes on for the Cadets. It's amazing how a penalty changes your plan like that,
It really
isn't it?
does.
It
It
does.
really does.
And that's going to give Sebastian Esquivel, a very exciting player for the Panthers, maybe a chance to return this. And the Panthers should get some pretty decent field position here.
You know, Grant, it spoils your night. Like you got a date night with your wife, and you're all excited. She's excited. You go out, you got a flat tire.
Exactly right.
Done.
Or you come out after a nice dinner, a dead battery.
It's over.
Here's Opplinger with the punt. A beauty up in the air as Esquivel takes it on the run.
Oh,
boy, dangerously, as he is dropped pretty much immediately. Might have got a couple on the return out to the Panther 29-yard line. Boy, that's dangerous play right there.
Our broadcast tonight on the NCW Life Channel brought to you by Impact Auto Sales. They strive to impact your life, not your wallet. You can expect a hassle-free car buying experience at Impact Auto Sales in Wenatchee, and by Highlander Golf Course and Grill. Call the Pro Shop to schedule your time on their full swing S4 widescreen golf simulators. 884-4653. Playing your next tournament or event today.
That was only the second punt of this ball game, by the way.
That's right. Wenatchee hasn't punted once.
Yet. Here's Blauman on the outside. Gets a block, a push kind of in the back. But Blauman's got room. He steps out of bounds. It looked like at the 46-yard line. Blauman still going down the sideline. The referees are going to let him have it, I think. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers.
72 yards.
He stepped out. I saw it right below us at about the 45, 46-yard line. Not going to matter. 72 yards.
Wow.
In 13 seconds, the Panthers on the board again.
A record night maybe for a running back. We talked about maybe a record night for the quarterback being perfect through the air. How about the night for Nate Blauman?
Unbelievable. Gonzalez on for the point after try. Low snap. Nice job by Waterman to get it back up and set down for Gonzalez. The kick is good. And with 13 seconds now left to go third quarter, Panthers on the board again. It's Wenatchee 42, Eisenhower 21. Stay with us. More football coming your way on the NCW Life Channel. That scoring drive pretty easy for the Panthers. One play, 72 yards, 13 seconds. Nate Blauman, 72-yard run. Gonzalez point after try, good. It's now a 3-touchdown lead for the Panthers, 42-21. Gonzalez kick is short, taken by an up man at about the 30-yard line. He gets past the 35 to about the 36. Stephen Abb on the return, and that's where Ike will take over on this, their fourth possession of this second half.
Nate Blauman, 18 carries, 241 yards and 5 touchdowns. By the way, Grant, just in this third quarter, the two teams have combined for 35 points in the frame.
It's been unbelievable. It's been a score fest here in this third quarter for sure. 8 seconds still left on the clock. This is exactly where Eisenhower began their last drive, at their own 36-yard line. That didn't end well. A punt for the Cadets, and now we're almost at the end of the third quarter. Can I come back here? 2 receivers to the right of Corbray. As the running back once again is Harrison. He gets the handoff, tries the right side, gets a couple of yards across the 37 to about the 38, gain of 2.
Jax Tucker, good job of flowing from his linebacker position, going down the line, waiting for the running back to appear, and he does, and he's right there for the tackle after a 3-yard gain.
And that ends our third quarter here from the Apple Bowl. Our score after 3, it's Wenatchee 42 and Eisenhower 21. Fourth quarter action coming your way on the NCW Life Channel in 60 seconds.
When the people you serve are your friends and family, you see the world a bit differently. You understand that your survival depends on the health and strength of your relationships. Your word is your reputation, and that doing the right thing is the only way of life that matters. At Confluence Health, we remain humble. Trust is a gift that is earned, a privilege, an honor. And we remain grateful for the trust you place in our hands.
Hi, I'm Ricardo, and this is Amanda, and we are from Impact Auto Sales.
Where you can expect a hassle-free car buying experience. With our wide selection of used cars, trucks, and SUVs, let one of our friendly sales staff help you find the vehicle that fits your lifestyle. We have financing available for all credit types and great low rates for first-time buyers. Call us today at 888-8000 or stop by 3522 State Highway 97A in Wenatchee. Impact Auto Sales, where we strive to make an impact on your life and not your wallet.
Arm tackling right there. The ball was at the 39-yard line, and that's about a 22-yard gain just because the Panthers kind of a sloppy job of tackling there, Eric, on the big running back Harrison.
It's his biggest gain of the night, Grant, and yeah, they had him stopped. It looked like for a short gain on the play, but he just kept his legs driving, comes up with a big 22-yard gain. He's got 59 yards on 17 carries tonight.
Fourth quarter just underway here from the Apple Bowl. Great to have you with us. Grant Olson along with Eric Granstrom. The Panthers up by 3 touchdowns now as Harrison gets the handoff and crosses the Wenatchee 40-yard line down to the 39, gain of 3 yards.
Again, Lloyd Hammer. This time it was Chase who comes up on the stop for Wenatchee. Defensive line is playing a good game along with the linebacking crew tonight. So there has not been a lot of room on the rushing attack for Eisenhower. It has been the big plays that have been the big difference here for them offensively.
It really has. 2 receivers right side. Panthers almost jump off. Corbray the handoff to Harrison. Gets caught at the line of scrimmage after a short gain. Jax Tucker, boy, he's had a nice job, done a nice job from his linebacker position in on that stop.
Tucker a little shaken up on the play. It was Sim Cass who jumped in the neutral zone. I'm surprised the flag didn't come out, because he was still in the neutral zone as he snapped the football. Then he found himself in the backfield and just latched onto the back of the ball carrier.
Third down and 5, a long 5 for the Cadets. The ball at the Wenatchee 37-yard line. Corbray, 2 receivers right side. Teague Gilman to his left. He looks right. He's under pressure. Lloyd Hammer gets him just shy of the 50-yard line. A big loss of about 9 yards.
Lloyd Hammer shot out of a cannon as he comes around the left defensive side. The tackle over there just didn't have a shot at trying to block Lloyd Hammer as he sniffed it out. Second sack of the night for Wenatchee, forces a punting situation for the Cadets.
You said it forces Coach Jimenez to punt. I don't think he would have normally if it would have been a kind of close on a third down play, or fourth down play, but this time they got a punt. Opplinger gets it away. Does just get nicked. Panthers better get away from that football as it rolls right around the 20-yard line. It looks like it'll be down by the Cadets at the Wenatchee 21.
Our broadcast tonight here on the NCW Life Channel brought to you by Town Toyota, your automotive home to quality and reliability in North Central Washington. Also by Automoco. Visit one of their 6 locations in the Valley, including the only Automoka with inside seating on 5th Street across from Wenatchee Valley College. What's your Automoka emergency? And by JDSA Attorneys, delivering quality and innovative legal services to North Central Washington since 1946, online at jdsalaw.com.
Well, they're going to spot it right at the Panther 20-yard line, so this is where Wenatchee will take over. Their 4th possession here in this second half. They're 3 for 3 so far, and Nate Blauman 3 for 3 so far in the second half as far as touchdowns go. Sermon still in there, quarterback, claps his hands. It's going to be that planned run once again as Sermon comes around the right side, runs out of bounds. Short gain, maybe up to the 23-yard line.
Sermon 5 carries, 104 yards here in the ball game for the Panthers. They're going to be possibly over 300 yards rushing in this ball game tonight.
It has been just dominating. You got to give that offensive line a huge pat on the back tonight. They have done just an outstanding job, and in pass protection as well. Second down 8 for Wenatchee now as we get close to 9:30 left to go here in the 4th quarter. Panthers only 2 receivers in this offensive set, and we've got movement.
I think the defense jumped in the neutral zone there. Damian Ramirez, the 5'11", 260-pounder. Grant, you get down in a 3-point stance, and then you start leaning forward, and you get that weight going forward. Let me tell you, you can't stop the momentum. Although they're marking the Panthers back here, so they might say that there was some movement on the offensive line.
And you know, Damian Ramirez, big 77 and big number 70 aren't even starters, Eric. Do you think that they were noticing they're kind of getting beat around in there? Yeah. So they put a 260-pound lineman in and a 240-pound lineman because the Panthers' offensive line was dominating.
They do mark it off against the Cadets. Their 3rd penalty on the night for 15 yards.
Brings up 2nd down and 3 now for the Panthers. The ball at their own 27-yard line.
Do you throw it here?
Yeah, I would. They haven't gone deep in a while. Got the wind at your back now, the 4th quarter. Instead, that's why we're not coaches. Hand up Blauman, he might go. Look out, he's caught by Smith Gary from behind.
Should have been a horse collar on top of it.
Boy.
Should be another 15 yards, but the official behind the scene did not see the tackle, but again, Nate Blauman explodes across midfield to the Ike 49.
24 yards on that carry for Blauman, adding to his huge total on the night as the Panthers now back in Cadet territory.
265 yards for Nate Blauman on 24 carries.
Just unbelievable runner. I was doing the football game the night that Jacob Sealby set the Wenatchee rushing record, I believe 322 yards down in Davis. And Blauman show a lot like that here tonight. Blauman's going to get it again. Cuts right side. Hold call. It looks like it might be Lloydhammer, the guilty party. And another nice run for Blauman of about 15, but I think it's coming back. 3 flags down.
There's been, 2 or 3 runs tonight by Blauman that have been called back. He might be sniffing 300 yards right now.
You're exactly
and not
right.
had those penalties called.
Camden Lloydhammer, I think the guilty party there. Wasn't much of a hold, but just enough to spring Blauman around that right side, and that's coming back. Clock stopped with 8:52 left.
So they'll put it back, about the 40-yard line here for Wenatchee. So 1st and 20 coming up for the Panthers. 21 as they'll put it at the 40. Again, high school football, it's marked from the spot of the foul, not from the previous spot.
Well, the Panthers now have their work cut out for them. As Eric mentioned, 1st down and 20. The ball right at their own 40-yard line. Sermon shotgun with Blauman in the backfield. Trips left side this time. Fake handoff. Play action almost picked off. If Harrison would have been watching there, I think he might have got a pick, but I think it hit Lloydhammer as well.
And the perfect night is over for Camden Sermon. His 1st incomplete pass of the night. He's 12 of 13 for 217 yards. It figures his 13th attempt, that unlucky number for Camden Sermon.
And it took all the way till 8 minutes, 41 seconds left in the game for an incompletion. What a night for Sermon. I think I have an idea who you may be talking to at the end of this game tonight, Eric.
You do?
A certain running back and a certain quarterback, maybe.
I don't know, Grant.
Sermon
I might surprise you.
Here's Blauman. Look at him go again. 50, 45, stiff arm at the 40. 3 Cadets finally bring him down at the Ike 35-yard line. 25 yards for Nate Plowman, who's awfully close now to that 300-yard mark. This is unbelievable. One of the best performances I think I've ever seen for Wenatchee running back.
290 yards rushing for Nate Plowman here in this ball game. And we have how much time left in the fourth quarter?
8:25 left to go.
At this point, it's a game of attrition for this Eisenhower defense. They've had that offensive line just beating on it all night long, and they see that 23 coming out of the backfield, and they're going, oh,
they're wearing
stop
him down,
him
Eric.
again?
That's a great point. You can see the hands on the hips, and they're winded out there. You're going to get another dose of Plowman right here across the 30. Flag comes flying in. Plowman still plowing his way almost for a first down. Should have had 5 and gets 9 on the carry. Let's check the flag.
6 cadets to finally bring him down.
It's a whole
and then
lot
Nate
of
Plowman
Panthers.
comes back to the line of scrimmage. He's like, oh, there's a flag. Okay, well, we'll do it again, boys.
And he doesn't even look tired out there.
No.
Right back to the huddle.
Gave Vincent Bentley a high five as he came back to the line of scrimmage. Nate's like, well, that's all right. That just means I got to run a 45-yarder for a touchdown here.
Isn't that the truth? Panthers get a nice gain, then they go back again. Now it's back to the cadet 45-yard
Now, that's something
line.
that'll cause the coaching staff to go absolutely nuts.
Sure will.
Come
Second
film
down
day.
and 20.
And they don't have to wait till Sunday for film day. I think film day's tomorrow.
Absolutely. First and 20 for the Panthers. Now with 7:46 left in the ball game, Wenatchee ahead 42-21. Looks like a blitz, and this will be a wide receiver handoff, and it's Esquivel. All kinds of speed, cuts it back upfield, still on his feet, and gang tackled down at the cadet 27-yard line.
18 yards on the end around there with a little fly sweep to Esquivel.
Panthers a first down and 20, get 18 of it on first down. Now face a second down and 2. Do you go to the end zone here? 7:20 left in the game, or you just keep milking this clock and move it down and get another score?
Well, they've got the new system with the state championships now, Grant, where they do look at your scoring, they do look at your opponents and things like that when it comes to ranking you in the top 10.
Sermon on that quarterback keeper again. Plowman the lead blocker, and a nice gain and a first down for the Panthers. Right down to the cadet 15-yard line.
12 yards there for Sermon.
Also having a fantastic night on the ground.
6 carries, 116 yards for Sermon. Panthers well over 300, coming close to 400. Yeah, they are over 400 yards of rushing on the night.
Wow, and you think about it, Eric, if it wasn't for a couple of big plays for the Cadets to get to 21, this game would be a blowout right now.
You know, Grant, our post game coming up here on the NCW Life Channel, you know who I'd really like to talk to? The offensive line.
Oh, they were fantastic tonight. They really were the players of the game, I think. Here's Plowman again, left side, cuts it back up middle of the field. He wants that 5th touchdown into the end zone. Touchdown, 16 yards, 6th touchdown of the night for Nate Plowman. How about that?
Just unbelievable night for the Panther ball carrier.
Wow, just like that, Panthers up 48-21 now. Gonzalez up for the point after try. Nice blocking once again around that left side. Whistle on the kick. It's good by Gonzalez. He got a booming leg. Panthers another penalty. This is, like I said, really been lopsided tonight in Ike's favor, but it hasn't helped the Cadets much on the scoreboard.
8 penalties on the Panthers, 60 yards here tonight. How about this number for Nate Plowman? 26 carries, 316 yards, and 6 touchdowns.
He is right there to break the all-time school record. He is right there.
Depending on if the Panthers get the ball back again.
Unbelievable.
Well,
what
now
a
we're going
player.
to get to see Cesar Gonzalez's leg here as the extra point becomes a 25-yard field goal.
Boy, he's got plenty of leg normally. Let's see what he does here. Hold is good. He's got plenty of leg as it hits the scoreboard back there. And our score with 6:50 left to go in the ball game. Wenatchee 49 and Eisenhower 21. More football coming your way in 30 seconds. Stay with us.
Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning has been proudly serving the Wenatchee Valley for over 35 years. And just as Dick's has been there for you, they have also been an essential part of our community, supporting local youth sports all year long and your Wenatchee Wild.
Thanks for your support.
Thanks, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, for all your support. Thank you.
Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, your local, independent, trained comfort specialist. Call 884-6444 today.
6 minutes, 50 seconds left to go fourth quarter. That Panther scoring drive, 7 plays, 80 yards, 2 minutes, 49 seconds off the clock. Nate Blauman, 16-yard touchdown run, PAT good. The Panthers lead at 49-21, the 6th rushing touchdown of the night for Nate Blauman. Here's the deep kick. Smith-Gary goes all the way back to his 4-yard line to corral it on that kick from Gonzalez, then gets hit hard across the 15 and around the 18-yard line. And that's where Ike will take over on this, their 5th possession of this second half.
Boy, Smith-Gary slow to get up here tonight. I think he's got to be coming back from an injury, but he is making his way to the sideline. He's been one of the bright points here for the Cadets in this ball game. But again, you just cannot go without saying what a night for the offensive line for the Wenatchee Panthers. They were down a couple of starters here with Riley Coons out and Nathan Black out, but the sophomore stepped in, played really well. The rest of the offensive line has just had a stellar night and a record-setting night possibly for Nate Blauman if they get the ball back.
Ike, in their first 3 games, have given up 63 points total and have given up 49 points tonight to the Panthers. Here's a quarterback, almost intercepted. Corbray throws one out in the flat, and J.J. Gelsing had both hands on it, drops it at the 20-yard line, or that could have been a quick 6 for the Panthers. Ball's incomplete, now 2nd down and 10 for the Cadets.
Rollout for Corbray, looking for Spurrier, trying to get something going to Spurrier.
Been very quiet tonight,
They've kept him in check. 4 catches, 80 yards here in the ball game.
And that was what, all in the first quarter, first couple of quarters.
Yep, he had a big 23-yard gain in the second half, but that's it.
Corbray back into shotgun, down 49-21. Empty backfield, looking right side, has a receiver there. Good coverage by Amezcua, and it goes incomplete, and that brings up 2nd down.
They're looking for Stephen Abb over there, number 4 against number 4 for the Wenatchee Panthers. Jonathan Amezcua does a good job of covering him. That ball thrown just a little bit outside. Corbray on the night now 13 for 23 for 238 yards.
Amezcua's been busy on both sides of the ball tonight. Big Paco Sanchez comes off the field.
I will say on the offensive end with the blocking downfield, after they got those holding calls in the first half, they've done a much better job on not doing that here in the second.
They really have. 3rd and 10 now. Cadets. Harrison back in the backfield for Eisenhower. Corbray back to pass under pressure. Steps up in the pocket. Throws right side and it bounces to Smith-Gary, incomplete. And that'll bring up 4th down now for Eisenhower. And the punting unit comes onto the field. So the Panthers will get the ball again. Will we see Blauman for the chance possibly to break the all-time Panther rushing record? I know that it's 320-something yards. I did that football game, so he is right there, Eric.
Well, my total for him tonight, 316 yards on 26 carries here tonight. So he's awfully close.
It's one of the best performances I have ever watched in all the games I've done at any level. Unbelievable as the snap bounces to Opplinger. He gets off a nice punt, though, and it's taken by Esquivel at the 50. Stumbles a couple of times, still stumbling and bumbling out there, and finally dropped down at the Eisenhower 48-yard line.
Our broadcast tonight here on the NCW Life Channel brought to you by Weinstein Beverage Company, a family-owned business proud to support local high school teams. Find them on Facebook and follow them on Instagram, WeinsteinBeverage.com on the web. Appreciate all of our sponsors helping us bring you this broadcast here tonight on the NCW Life Channel. How about the Wenatchee Panthers rolling up a big 49-21 lead here, and we're not done yet.
No, that's right. This is the 5th possession this half for the Panthers. They're perfect batting average so far, 4 for 4, all 4 touchdowns. Nate Blauman. Sermon in there, quarterback. Handoff goes to Blauman up the middle, has some room again. The ball is loose, and Ike picks it up at about the 39-yard line. The Cadets will have it. a fumble on that play, and that's really the only thing the Panthers have done wrong here in this entire second half.
Well, he did get 8 yards before he fumbled the ball away, so that's 27 carries, 324 yards on the night. Unfortunately, the blemish here comes on a fumble at the end of that play.
Boy, and I think that has got to be right in there for a record, a school record. It's got to be. We'll find out.
We will.
What a night for Nate Blauman. Ike has it now with the fumble at their own 39-yard line. Second fumble of the night for the Panthers. 6:11 left to go, fourth quarter. Ike 3 and out on their last possession.
I think we've got to get Dan Kuntz down to the coaching staff and tell him what we'd like to do for this post-game show. We'll talk about that during our next commercial break.
Pass. Here's Corbray out in the flat. Smith Gary gets hit hard by Esquivel and a host of Panther players out there as well. And a big hit also applied by Jesus Segovia. First time we've called his name tonight. 5'10", 185-pound sophomore for the Panthers. Probably see a few players now that we haven't seen yet tonight. Second down and 6, a gain of 4 on that play. Clock still moving. 5:40 left to go in the game. Trips right side this time for the Cadets. One receiver to the left. That's Teague Gilman. Harrison, the running back in the backfield. Pass out in the flat. Smith Gary gets hit hard. You got to wrap up though. Smith Gary almost a first down. Mezqua just bumped him. You see that a lot in college and the pros, but that happens a lot. They bump away from you and get another 4 yards.
Got to wrap them up. Wrap them up. That'll be the call for the coaching staff when they look at the film here. Some big plays by Eisenhower tonight have come on second and third chances that they get after the first initial contact.
Absolutely. Third down and short now, a short one for the Cadets at their own 48-yard line. Corbray back to pass, looks right, has a receiver there. It's complete to Stephen Abb for an Eisenhower first down and a gain of 4 yards. Boy, doing it the hard way though, 13 yards in those first 3 plays, but it is enough for a first down, using a lot of clock, or the Cadets, as the clock is stopped now for the chain gang to catch up. 4:51 left to go.
We forgot to mention one of the chain gang last week. Skaliski, of course, a huge part of the chain gang as well. Can't forget the Skaliski family.
No way. Corbray back to pass. Not much rush this time by the Panthers as Corbray takes a hit in the backfield.
Of course, soon as you say that, here comes Chase Lloydhammer coming up and putting a hammer on the quarterback there just as he got rid of the football. He's going to go to bed tonight and see 55 in his nightmares.
The only 5'6", as we mentioned, is the Corbray, the quarterback, and Lloydhammer comes in at 6'5". So when you see him coming in with his arms in the air, looks like Andre the Giant coming after you. Clock stopped now at 4:47. Panthers up by 28, 49-21. Trips left side this time. That's the strong side of the field. Corbray shotgun, empty backfield, looks left side, has a receiver in and out of the hands of Smith Gary. And that goes incomplete, brings up fourth down, or should say third down and 10 now for the Cadets.
Nice sportsmanship was shown by Malik Simeon for the Panthers, giving him a hand up after that incomplete pass. And Smith Gary just slowly getting back to the line of scrimmage here for the next play.
4:43 left. Panthers up, as we mentioned, 49-21. Third down and 10 for the Cadets. Here's Corbray. He's going to roll to his left this time, throwing it left as well. And Jelsing stepped right in front of it, missed it, and that allowed Malik Spurrier to go down the sideline into the end zone. 48 yards, touchdown, Cadets.
Malachi Spurrier somehow comes up with that ball as 2 Panthers flashed in front of him. Jelsing, as you mentioned, Grant, right there looking like he's going to pick it off. But no, number 10 comes up with a football. Spurrier on the loose and takes it all the way for the touchdown.
How about that? Jelsing must have just taken his eye off that ball for a second. That could have been a pick 6. Instead, it's 6 points for the Cadets, trying to make it 7 points here as Opplinger on for the extra point try. How about that? 4:32 left. Here's the snap, a bouncer, and flags fly.
How long was that pass play?
48 yards.
48, okay.
And the penalty is on the Panthers. Encroachment. So we're going to do this all over again. Penalty decline, not going to help that much on the scheme of things on this point after try.
That's happened tonight
it
against
has.
the Panthers.
So we'll try it again. 49-27. Ike trying to make it 49-28 now.
Well, I know the defensive coaching staff not going to be happy about the numbers that have been put up here in this game by Eisenhower.
Much better kick, maybe the best kick of the night by Opplinger. It's up and it's good. 4:32 left to go in the ball game. It's Wenatchee 49 and Eisenhower 28. We're back to the Apple Bowl in 30 seconds. Stay with us.
At Town Toyota, we believe in our community, and we're proud to support this broadcast of local sports. Town Toyota defines reliability and value in both its products and in the dealership itself. We are home to legendary products like the RAV4, Highlander, and Camry, not to mention Tundras and Tacoma trucks. Of course, we offer service for everything we sell and a great selection of pre-owned and certified vehicles as well. So enjoy the game and visit Town Toyota for all your automotive needs.
Four minutes, 32 seconds left to go in this one. That scoring drive by the Cadets. 6 plays, 61 yards. Took 2 minutes, 31 seconds off the clock. Spurrier, 40-yard, 8-yard catch from Corbray. PAT good. And we're now at 49-28, which was a low-scoring game, has now turned into a score fest here at the Apple Bowl. Great to have you along tonight on this Thursday night. Do you have a final from the Thursday night NFL game? And bit of an upset, Eric. Final score, the Eagles 34 and the Packers 27.
And that was in Green Bay, right?
It was.
Wow. And we got a flag down, I think, offsides on the kicking team.
Kind of a pooch kick there by Opplinger, trying to catch the Panthers off guard, maybe.
Panthers had the hands team out there expecting maybe onside. They try to pooch into no man's land, maybe get a streaky outside guy down there in time to catch the ball before it has a chance to go out of bounds. Not the case. It's offsides, and it would have been a penalty also on the kick going out of bounds, but they'll back them up 5 and have them kick it again. Or will they? Could be a decline penalty once again.
So the Panthers fumbled on their last possession after being in pretty good position at the Eisenhower 48-yard line and fumbled that one, the second fumble of the ball game. So we'll see if the Panthers can right that ship. They have scored on 4 of their 5 drives here in this second half.
Postgame show coming up here on the NCW Live channel after we finish things up here. So don't go away. We've got a very special postgame show coming your way after the football game concludes here on the NCW Live channel. So be sure and stay with us.
Panthers are going to move them back.
Okay, so that'll be the 4th penalty on the night for 20 yards against Eisenhower. A total of 80 yards between the two teams in penalties tonight, and that it might seem like a lot, but that is the least penalized game we've called on the NCW Live channel all season long.
I'll take it.
Here
I will take it.
as we get to week 4.
Opplinger to kick it off to Sebastian Esquivel, very exciting return man for the Panthers in this 49-28 ball game. Panthers up by 3 touchdowns. Opplinger, nice kick into the wind. He's going to try and keep it away from Esquivel. It goes out of bounds. And the Panthers will have some pretty nice field position now with 4:32 left.
So that ball should put at the 40-yard line, because that's a 25-yard penalty from the point of the kick. We'll see if we get this administered correctly.
Might be 35 they're standing at, but I think you're right, Eric. Yeah, they're going to move it up, or are they? They're moving it around. We'll see.
Well, normally it goes to the 35 because it's a 25-yard penalty, so it should be to the 40-yard line.
Now they're going to get it right, Eric.
There we go.
Yep. 6th drive of this second half for the Wenatchee Panthers. 10th drive of the night in this game.
No, they're going to put it at the 45.
Even better for the Panthers.
The kickoff was from the 35, so 5, 10, 15, 20. That's not correct.
They gave the Panthers 5 extra yards, and I think Coach Jimenez is looking at that.
Should be at the 40-yard line.
Right.
He's saying that's a 25-yard penalty. Should be to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, they're going to move it back to the 40, I believe, Eric. You're right. You were right all along. Why don't they listen to you, Eric? Here they go back.
What do you mean? They didn't listen to me when I officiated. Well, here's a chance for Blauman, by the way.
Absolutely.
Standing at 27 carries, 324 yards.
He can break this record if he hasn't already. And look at this run again across the 45. Both hands on the football this time. 6 yards over the right side for Nate Blauman. The crowd has really given him a hand, so he may have just broken the school record.
330 yards rushing for Nate Blauman tonight, who will now come out of the football game. A record-setting night for Blauman, who gives a hug to his coaching staff and a hug to his teammates as he comes to the far sideline. What a night for this senior for the Wenatchee Panthers.
Probably the greatest performance I've ever watched doing a football game in my entire career. And like I said, I did the game with Jacob Sealby, who had the record, and now I've seen both of them. What can you say about that?
That is
pretty
incredible.
exciting. Handoff this time to
Tristan Plock.
He's going to get some, and he gets a nice run, nice cutback at about the 45, late flag.
A hold going to be called on wide receiver blocking out for the Panthers. So again, another run that will be erased by a penalty here for Wenatchee.
A lot of holding calls tonight on some big plays for Wenatchee. Eric mentioned that earlier. And this is going to come back as well. 3:39 now left to go, fourth quarter. That ball will be moved back to the 40, where they began this possession. So second down and 10 now. At the 40-yard line. Once again, new running back in there. It's Plock. We'll see how he can do tonight. Good-looking young running back. A 6'1", 185-pound sophomore is Tristan Plock. Played well the last game, too, against Mount Boucherie.
Yeah, he did.
Sermon still in there, starting quarterback, second down and 10. Here's Plock again on the handoff. Going to try the right side this time, cuts it back upfield. Another nice run by the sophomore across the 45 up to the 48-yard line. That's a gain of 8 on second down and 10.
Mason Moore, Sim Cass out there blocking in front as they've done all night long for the Panthers. He's looking to see if they maybe are getting some fresh bodies up front, but it looks like the starter's still out there for the Panthers.
The clock is dipped now, under 3 minutes left in the ball game. 2:55 to go.
Trey Jagla at center. Got Andy Jimenez, who is the guard on the left side.
Played an outstanding football game. That offensive line is something tonight. Sermon, just 2 receivers in this set. Once again, Plock, the sophomore running back beside him. And all kinds of movement on that offensive line by the Panthers. On a 3rd down and 2, we'll make it 3rd down and 7 now. And that's really the only, I guess, mark against the Panthers tonight. Lots of penalties.
Yep, that's their 10th penalty on the night for 75 yards.
Boy, this has been such a game of big plays. I just wonder what the score would be if it wasn't for some of these big plays. But it has been all Panthers, a dominating performance by the Panthers here tonight at home. 3rd down and 7. The ball is moved back now to the Wenatchee 43-yard line. Sermon still in there, quarterback. Plock again, the handoff. Wanted the middle, cuts it out right side, gets thrown down at the 45-yard line after a gain of about 2 yards. Make it 3 for Plock. And that brings up 4th down and 4. The first punt of the night.
They're going to have Blauman punt
for the Panthers.
He's been punting here the last few games for the Panthers. Right now, they don't have anybody out there to punt.
Here he comes. I think he had his feet up on the bench down there taking a rest.
330 yards rushing tonight. And, oh, by the way, get out there for special teams, kid. You're not done yet.
On the return is Stephen Abb. He's standing at the Eisenhower 26-yard line. Whistles.
Going to be taken by Eisenhower.
An interesting timeout with 1:33 left in the game. We'll take a quick one, too. 1:33 left ball game. It's Wenatchee 49 and Eisenhower 28. We're back in 30 seconds.
Hi, I'm Ricardo, and this is Amanda, and we are from Impact Auto Sales.
Where you can expect a hassle-free car buying experience. With our wide selection of used cars, trucks, and SUVs, let one of our friendly sales staff help you find the vehicle that fits your lifestyle. We have financing available for all credit types and great low rates for first-time buyers. Call us today at 888-8000 or stop by 3522 State Highway 97A in Wenatchee. Impact Auto Sales, where we strive to make an impact on your life and not your wallet.
Fourth down and 4 for the Panthers with 1:33 left to go. Nate Blauman in to do the punting for the Panthers. Back to receive the kick. Stephen Abb stands back at the Ike 20-yard line. What a high sky kick. It hits Abb. It's a loose ball. Still loose. Who's got it? And Abb comes up with it. It bounced right back in his arms inside the 5. All the way down to the Eisenhower 4-yard line, and that's where Ike will take over. That could have been Panther ball inside the 5-yard line. No time went off the clock there. 1:33 still showing on the clock, and the ball is at the Eisenhower 4-yard line. Cadets started off this second half in a good way, scored on their first 2 possessions and then stalled out on their next 3 possessions, and then scored on their last possession on a nice 48-yard catch and run by Spurrier. Malachi Spurrier, only a sophomore. You know, Ike has a lot of young players, Eric, and a lot of promise here, I think, on this team in the next year or 2.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, Grant, I'm going to head downstairs.
Absolutely.
Get ready
Good.
for our post-game show. You've got the stats right here.
Yep.
So I'll leave you with that, and I'll see you down
You got it.
afterwards.
You got it. Harrison on the carry up the middle. Looks like Eisenhower content just to let this clock run out. Why not? Down 49-28. Dominating performance, as I mentioned, by the Panthers. Gain of 5 there for Harrison right up the middle. 1:10, clock moving. And once again, don't forget Eric Granstrom in the post-game show coming your way. As soon as we are done, I'll bring you a few final game stats, and then we'll send it down to Eric for some very special interviews here tonight. Handoff again, Harrison up the middle. He is stuffed. Big hit, Jimenez, who's had an outstanding game from his defensive line position. No gain on that carry as the clock continues to move now. 42 seconds left to go. And it looks like this is how it's going to end up here at the Apple Bowl tonight. As I mentioned, a very dominating performance by the Wenatchee Panthers. 49-28 our score. 25 seconds left to go here in the ball game. 3rd down and 10 Cadets. Corbray, he's going to hand it off. Why not just to Harrison around the right side. It gets tripped up at the 20. That will be a first down. Nice tackle by the Panthers. Have some subs in there now. And a gain of about 14 for Harrison over the right side. Stops the clock as the chain gang moves forward. Now the clock will move once again. 10 seconds left to go. Looks like Ike trying to get one more play off. 6 seconds. 5, 4, 3. Corbray, the snap, whistle, and I think we had some movement somewhere. How about that? And we will have one more play to go here. What a game by Nate Blauman. I can't wait to hear what he has to say at the end of this one as he chats with Eric Granstrom, one of Eric's many guests here at the end of this one. The clock winds, 1.3 seconds, and that will do it. Our final score from the Apple Bowl tonight as we kick off Big 9 play. It's the Wenatchee Panthers in a dominating fashion, beating the Eisenhower Cadets by a final score of 49-28. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. I'll come back with your final game stats, and we'll have much more as the post-game show begins right here on the NCW Life Channel.
JDSA Law is a proud sponsor of these local sports broadcasts. They've been serving North Central and Eastern Washington since 1946. For over 70 years, their team of dedicated professionals has delivered quality, innovative legal services. JDSA Law partners with you to provide the finest legal advice and support as you navigate your personal and business challenges, risks, and accomplishments. At JDSA Law, they salute our local athletes and wish them well on another excellent season of competition.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you get 35 years of experience and customer service in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's friendly staff strongly believe in repairing before replacing and service all major brands of HVAC units. Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning is your local, independent, trained comfort specialists, proudly serving all of North Central Washington. Call 884-6444 today.
No calories, no sweeteners, all smiles. Bubbly sparkling water. Crack a smile.
My name is Brian Thorpe. I own Global Car Care in Wenatchee and have been here for about 25 years.
Brian started Global Car Care as Brian's automotive alternative on Orondo Street.
Some customers were following Brian since Brian's automotive time.
No, we're just grateful to be part of this community. This is where I grew up. We want to do our part to be a valuable part of this community. We want to thank you for trusting our business for 25 years.
All right, Grant Olson back at the Apple Bowl, where the Wenatchee Panthers have just defeated the Eisenhower Cadets by a final score of 49-28. The Panthers scoring on their first 4 possessions of the second half and blew this one open. Thankfully, especially because of Nate Blauman and his work on the ground. Let's get you some final game stats now. We'll begin with the visiting Eisenhower Cadets. In the ball game on the ground, Harrison ended up rushing 19 times for 64 yards. In the passing game, Jaden Corbray had a very nice game, 17 for 30, 298 yards and 3 touchdowns through the air for the junior Jaden Corbray. And he threw most of them to Malachi Spurrier, who caught 5 passes for 128 yards. Smith Gary caught 4 passes for 80 yards. Gilman, 4 catches for 50 yards. And also Abb, 4 catches for 37 yards. On the night, on the ground, Eisenhower, 81 yards. Through the air, 298 yards for a total of 379 yards. Now for the winning Wenatchee Panther. What a night for Nate Blauman on the ground. Possibly a new Wenatchee High School record. 28 carries, 330 yards, and 6 touchdowns for Nate Blauman on the night. Also a great rushing night for quarterback Camden Sermon. 6 carries, 116 yards. Sermon through the air. 11 of 12. What a night for 217 yards for Sermon. On the catching wise, Jelsing caught 4 passes, 58 yards. 2 catches for Obadiah Young and 66 yards and a touchdown. Blauman also caught 3 passes for 20 yards. And Lloyd Hammer, the tight end, 1 catch for 23 yards. On the night, the totals rushing Panthers 480 yards on the ground, and through the air, Wenatchee 216 yards for a grand total of 696 yards of total yards for the Wenatchee Panthers on the night. Eric standing by down on the field. The Panthers still huddled up as Coach Devereaux speaks to them. We'll take a quick 60-second timeout, and we'll come back with Eric and the postgame show right after this. Stay with us.
At Town Toyota, we believe in our community, and we're proud to support this broadcast of local sports. Town Toyota defines reliability and value in both its products and in the dealership itself. We are home to legendary products like the RAV4, Highlander, and Camry, not to mention Tundras and Tacoma trucks. Of course, we offer service for everything we sell and a great selection of pre-owned and certified vehicles as well. So enjoy the game and visit Town Toyota for all your automotive needs.
Highlander Golf Course is proud to announce their 2 new state-of-the-art full-swing golf simulators with over 80 courses of virtual golf to choose from year-round. Or try their laser shot simulated firearm program, or gaming with football, basketball, and much more. Enjoy Highlander food and drink service from their full-service bar and grill in the comfort of their simulator room. Call the Highlander Pro Shop to book your time at 884-4653. That's 884-4653. It's a post-game show here on the NCW Life Channel, and what a night for the Wenatchee Panthers, and what a night for this crew of offensive linemen that set a record here tonight. First of all, you guys a little excited about this win tonight?
Oh, yeah.
They're just business as normal. All right, I'm going to have you guys introduce yourselves rather than have me do it for you. So we'll start over here. All right, introduce yourself.
I'm Camden Lloydhammer.
Okay, and you are?
Mason Moore.
Okay, Mason.
Vincent Bentley.
And what position you guys? Okay, so we're going tight end, tackle, guard.
Trey Jaglas, starting center.
Okay, and?
Nathan Blauman, running back.
He's out of position here.
Andy Menez, guard.
Okay, and?
Simcast, left tackle.
Okay. We need to mention here that it's a record-setting night here for the offense because I want to get it right here before we get too far away. How about 696 yards of total offense here tonight? And Nate Blauman, 28 carries, 330 yards, and 6 touchdowns. It happens because of these guys around you, Nate. But talk about this game here tonight.
We came into the game ready to go. Our O-line, our whole team, we were hyped up for it, and we practiced all week, what we were planning on doing, just hitting their holes and going after them. And, it worked out tonight. And thanks to these guys, we all got the record all together. It's not mine, it's theirs.
Let's talk that. Marion, can you, I don't know how wide you are. Can we kind of go down here? I'm going to go on a knee. Everybody get behind Nate here. So just kind of, so we get everybody all at the same time. Nate, can you join me down here? And then, I'm sorry, you're a little sore too.
You're good. I'm okay. A little sore.
In your wildest dreams, did you ever imagine a night like this?
Honestly, I had seen the record many times. I've looked at the records, and I was like, God, I'd have to, have a great game, that game, and all the line would have to be perfect, and that's really what happened tonight. But no, I never thought I'd be able to get it, but it happened tonight, and I'm very happy.
Who wants to be the spokesperson for the offensive line here? Who? Yeah? Huh?
Sure, I'll be it. We just had a great game. I think we're all dialed in and ready to go, and we came out with the mentality with just finish, and just keep pounding the ball, And so at the end of the game, it turned out pretty successful.
Trey, I know that you guys looked at them on film and saw that they like to blitz, and I know that you guys thought you could take advantage. Did you have any idea that you'd be able to do this?
On film, they blitz about over 70% of the time, really, on every play. So we knew that if we could take advantage and just pick up any blitzing guys, we could just beat them in the second level every play, and we did.
Riley Kuntz out tonight. Nate Black out tonight. A couple of sophomores getting in there. What do you think of that, Blauman?
I think it's awesome because, not that the guys are out, but that we have guys that could come in and step it up and, do as well as they did. But I definitely miss Riley and Nate. But, yeah, everyone stepped it up tonight, and we played well.
And by the way, your quarterback had, I think, over 110 yards rushing as well, so not a bad night. Well, I know you guys are probably a little exhausted, and then you had to come out and punt one more time. Where were you?
Some guys were talking to me on the sideline, giving me high fives and stuff, and that happened twice this game. But, they yelled my name, and I was like, oh, man, it's the punt. And so I punted it, and we almost got the ball back. But
well, congratulations. I know the rushing record. Is it a touchdown record in one game as well? 6 touchdowns on the ground tonight. We're going to have to go back in the record books for that one. But I wanted, because, I'm a former offensive lineman myself, so we had to get the big uglies in here as well here on the NCW Life Channel. Gentlemen, congratulations all around. You get the win tonight, but that was, and Grant and I both said, we've been calling high school football a long time. We've never seen anything like that, so congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
We're going to take a break and come back and talk to the coach about this one, as well as we have the postgame show live as the Wenatchee Panthers knock off the Eisenhower Cadets. We'll come back with more right after this.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires. You know, we've been helping keep folks safe on the road around here since 1952. That's why you can save up to $152 on a set of 4 select light truck and SUV tires during our fall tire sale. All with a service you deserve, but just don't find other places. Swing by or book an appointment at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Hi, I'm Ricardo, and this is Amanda, and we are from Impact Auto Sales.
Where you can expect a hassle-free car buying experience. With our wide selection of used cars, trucks, and SUVs, let one of our friendly sales staff help you find the vehicle that fits your lifestyle. We have financing available for all credit types and great low rates for first-time buyers. Call us today at 888-8000 or stop by 3522 State Highway 97A in Wenatchee. Impact Auto Sales, where we strive to make an impact on your life and not your wallet.
Welcome back here on the postgame show on the NCW Life Channel as the Wenatchee Panthers knock off the Eisenhower Cadets tonight. Talking now with Coach Scott Devereaux. And Grant and I have called a lot of high school football games. I've been doing high school ball since about 91, and I've never seen a performance like that in a game. Well, Wenatchee High School has never seen a performance like that. How about the offensive line tonight?
It was sure fun to watch. You know, they were getting hats on hats, executing our favorite run play. Nate was reading it perfectly. He kind of played at another level tonight, and a couple sophomores in there battling, a couple holding calls by those guys too. Yeah. But it was just pretty to watch. You know, we knew what we were doing, and it showed.
You knew coming in that they like to blitz, which meant possibly some opportunities.
Yeah.
690-some yards of total offense here tonight. I don't know if you know about that much success.
No, that's a crazy number. Was not planning for that. You know, I knew we could hurt them at times. I knew we could outflank them, and I thought they would make some adjustments the second half. They just kept doing what they were doing, so we kept doing what was working.
Let's talk about the defense for you tonight as well. I know they got some big gashes. They've got some talented players. I mean, you can't go without saying that.
Yeah, they have some skilled guys that are really, really good. You know, we shut down 10 for most of the game, and a couple catches he made, we were right there for the interception, you know, and just didn't make the play, and he did. He's a very talented kid. He catches everything. Quarterback was very active, hard to get to. So we threw a bunch of looks at him. Eventually, you know, we knew once we got a couple scores ahead there in the second half, they're going to have to throw it. We came in with a nickel and kind of just messed them up.
Yeah. If I told you that there was going to be over 70 points scored in this game tonight, would you say that it would be a lopsided win for you guys? I mean, that's a tough one.
Yeah. You know, no, I was the whole game. I just said, you know, geez, just keep running the ball, keep running the ball, and until they stop us. And they really didn't. We had some penalties and shot our own toes off, basically.
Well, meanwhile, your quarterback tonight has over 110 yards rushing, and he was almost perfect through the air. I had him 12 of 13 on the night. It starts with the line, I know, but it also has to take your quarterback to get the play going.
Yeah, he's just getting better every week, you know, and he's very tenacious. He runs the ball like a running back, and he's tough and he's strong, and he's reading defenses really well, and he's playing like I expected him to play.
Well, congratulations on the win here tonight. And enjoy your Friday night off, which I know you're not taking off, but enjoy your night tomorrow night, and we'll see you again here soon.
All right, thanks, Eric.
All right, Scott Devereaux joining us here on the Postgame Show on the NCW Life Channel. The Panthers get the big win tonight over Eisenhower on a record-setting night for the offensive line, as well as the ball carrier in Nate Blauman. Over 330 yards rushing tonight and 6 touchdowns. How about that? It doesn't happen for us without our team as well. For Malcolm Whitehall back in the studios, for Tucker Wagner in the van, for Dan Kuntz, our line producer, also for Anna Nelson, for Anna Nelson, I should say, for Josiah Davison, also for Chelsea Craig, for Grant Olson, and for, of course, my better half, Marion Grandstrom behind the camera, too, here tonight. That's going to wrap it up for our broadcast. Don't forget, we have more football tomorrow night as Eastmont takes on West Valley of Spokane in a battle of unbeatens. But that's going to do it here for tonight. Thursday night football in the books. Have a good night, everybody.
Thanks for watching High School Sports on the NCW Life Channel. Tonight's broadcast was brought to you by Harvest Valley Pest Control, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, Global Car Care, Confluence Health, Les Schwab Tires, Biosports Physical Therapy, Impact Auto Sales, the Highlander Golf Course and Grill, Town Toyota, Automocha, JDSA Law, and Weinstein Beverage. This concludes today's coverage of high school sports on your home for local sports, the NCW Life Channel.